around Bluemont Hill at 534, Northview Elementary around 535, 537 Sunflower School, Zinedale and Zinedale Community Church around 540. Y'all will want to be in that safe spot. And then around 542 near the power plant in St. George, Wabaunsee and the Rock around 545 and 547, and then West Elementary School in Wamego around 550. Y'all will want to be in that safe spot. Again, that's moving to the east-northeast, and we are seeing that rotation just around here, as you can see.
Hey, Mitchell.
Give me a second. Back to Jeremy.
There's a second tornado warning that's been issued now, so we've got two different ones. Go ahead and bring me up, guys, over in the weather. There you go. All right, there are two different tornado warnings issued now. We have the one that's from Ogden that's going toward Manhattan, and that was a funnel cloud we had a few minutes ago on the camera here from the Manhattan Stormont Vale campus. All right, but this is a second tornado warning just issued in the last couple of moments here. This is also Doppler radar indicated. This is just west of Highway 177, and that one's going to include Gary, Riley, and Wabaunsee County. So what's going to be very confusing now is, if you live in any part of Wabaunsee County, you got two different tornado warnings that are screeching in your phone and the weather radio. So there are two different Wabaunsee tornado warnings. There are two different Riley tornado warnings. There are two different Gary County tornado warnings. So if you're in those areas, many of you are not affected. But Manhattan, you are in the path of this tornado warning that's coming from the Ogden area. Fort Riley should be taking shelter. It's just maybe getting past you, but Ogden to Manhattan, you should all be taking shelter. St. George, you should be taking shelter. Wamego, you should be ready to take shelter. The second rotation right here, kind of in rural Gary County, and that one is going to move into the northwest part of Wabaunsee County and southeast corner of Riley County and go across Interstate 70. So this one, if you're in Alma, you should be taking shelter. We had a picture from the National Weather Service a few minutes ago that a storm chaser had. They did have a funnel cloud with that. So we had a funnel cloud near Manhattan. We had a funnel cloud also just a few minutes ago near Ogden just a minute ago. Mitchell, what do you have?
I would just point out anywhere from Highway 24 to Highway 4 down that line, y'all need to be in y'all's safe spot. I was looking at the street view, and so around McDowell Street or McDowell Creek Road, or Lower McDowell Road and Humboldt Creek Road, y'all will want to be in that safe spot because that notch right here is where that likely tornado is for the southern view tornado warning. And then the top tornado warning is more towards McDowell Creek Road in the upper portion of that road around Lower McDowell Creek and the upper portion near regular McDowell Creek. I'll send it back to Jeremy though.
All right, thank you, Mitchell. And I think I've got eyes on this this second storm. And I'll bring up the camera here. This is going to be looking from Council Grove to the north. All right, let's bring this up. And I really think I've got to look at that lowering that's going into the northwest part of Wabaunsee County here. So this is going to be from Council Grove. And you can see right here, that's the lowering of this, looking across Council Grove Lake up toward this. It's kind of to the north-northwest, but that's this thing right here. So we've got eyes on that. That is this thing. So that's moving toward Alma. If you're in Alma, you've got what looks like a funnel cloud from a good distance here, but that's most likely a funnel cloud moving toward Alma right now. So if you're in the Alma area, you should be taking shelter. That's what it is we're looking at right there. I'm going to kind of follow it along. You can see the lowering of it here. There's what's probably a funnel cloud as look again across Council Grove Lake from Council Grove up toward this storm. So that's what you've got moving toward Alma and the western part of Wabaunsee County, the northwest part of Wabaunsee County at this point. So if you're in that area, please take shelter right now. That's a dangerous storm. Again, we had a funnel cloud a few minutes ago, reported with this from the Weather Service, and that looks like a funnel cloud to me. We're seeing on that camera as well. I'm going to bring it up full screen so you have a better look at it. But again, this is looking to the north-northwest from Council Grove, across Council Grove Lake, which is what you can see there in the kind of the middle of the shot. And the camera's bringing it up full now. There you go. So that's the offending storm that looks to me like a funnel cloud. I don't think it's down from what I can see there. I'm going to look at the bigger TV in here. But that's certainly a funnel cloud is what we've got there. So if you're there around Alma, Volland, you should be taking shelter right now. There's looking Manhattan where we have the extremely heavy rain falling now and the rotating part of that. I'm going to zoom in on it again here. If you're in Manhattan, you should be taking shelter now. The rotation looked like it was near Ogden a few minutes ago. And now let's check out the velocity on this. Let's see if the rotation is showing up on that one. Still close to, still just kind of southeast of Ogden, maybe going across the south part of Manhattan would be a potential with this. Let's check out the camera there. We'll look from Manhattan, from the north side of town. And I'm still watching the one that's over in Wabaunsee County as well. And it still looks like it's potentially a funnel cloud. So that's looking from Manhattan across the city. And we're looking to the southeast from that one. And it's just looking through so much heavy rain, it's hard for me to pick that out. But again, from Council Grove, I still see that lowering very well. So again, if you're in the Volland area, if you're in Alma, you should be taking shelter now. The rotation on that is very close to the Gary and Wabaunsee County line. And as you look north there from Council Grove, you can see the lowering pretty well on this at this point. And again, I can't tell if it's down from that distance. We're looking at more than 20 miles to the northwest from this, but from Council Grove looking to the north, and I'll kind of follow this along, move a little to the east there. The lowering is on that part. There you go. So there's the lowering over here. You can see what would be the rain-free base there on the right side of this. And that's the part of the storm that's suspicious. And it's going to start moving into Wabaunsee County. We'll have eyes on it from the Maple Hill camera in a few moments as well. Mitchell, you have something new?
Yeah, and I just wanted to add, even if you're between these two tornado warnings, you will still have high straight line winds probably. So I would really advise you to get in that safe spot as well if you're right in between the two tornado warnings, because there is kind of an area just along I-70 that isn't included, but that could still have some of those high straight line winds, very strong winds coming through that area. I'll send it back to you, Jeremy.
All right, thank you, Mitchell. So again, we have two different tornado warnings there affecting, a couple of them are affecting overlapping counties. So that can be confusing. If you're in northern Riley County, you're hearing there are all these tornado warnings going on. If you're in Randolph or Riley, farther north, you are not in the risk of seeing a tornado. It's the southern part of the county that's in the higher risk of actually seeing a tornado occur. And two different features there. The one that's that's just to the straight north of Council Grove now, as a matter of fact, moving to the east. It's not going toward Council Grove. Just because I'm showing Council Grove doesn't mean Council Grove is in danger with that. And we're concerned for you for one that's down in Marion County right now. But these two different storms both have enough rotation that they've issued tornado warnings with them. So here's the radar. Again, these two different tornado warnings. One that includes Manhattan, but the rotation of that's probably going to stay just south of Manhattan. So if you're Manhattan, I won't say, you're all clear, but the rotation of that probably staying to the south of Manhattan. And the second rotation is that kind of indentation right about there. This is what it's going to be on the radar, and that's going to be approaching Highway 177 at this point is the location on that. And it's not close to one of the towns just yet, but it will be shortly. You've got Alma, McFarland are in the path of this downstream. And I'm working at the moment to get the Maple Hill camera pointing over that direction. I have it set up. I don't see anything now on it, but I'll have it ready if it gets over there. But for right now, if you're in Volland, I'd be concerned enough to take shelter if you're in Volland, because it did show a funnel cloud a few minutes ago. If you're in McFarland, you should be taking shelter. If you're in Alma, you should be taking shelter. In Manhattan, you should be taking shelter as well. It looks like the rotation of this, the worst part of it, is probably going to stay just south of Manhattan. St. George and Zendale, you should be taking shelter with this. But Manhattan, I'm not, like I said, you're not in the clear at this point, but the rotation of that looks like it's probably staying just to your south. I'm going to stop the radar and go back a few frames here. There's we had this thing when it was almost surely at least a funnel cloud, if not a tornado, just straight south of Ogden right there, and that was at 5:14 p.m., so just almost 20 minutes ago. We'll go forward a frame here, and you see the rotation still going to the east-northeast. It's not as well defined, but it's still kind of right about there, and that's going to be fairly well south of Manhattan right now. Looks like it's just about to get over to exit 313 on, that's a better rotation now than it had a moment ago. So I'm going to try to bring up exit 313 from KDOT here and see what it sees. And that won't take just a moment here. All right, so exit 313 from KDOT. KDOT, if you're listening, you turn that camera around to the west, that'd be great. So let's go bring that camera up here. Again, the radar showing this rotation going toward Interstate 70 and exit 313. That's going to be right here is where that rotation will be in just a few moments. So Mitchell, go ahead. I'm going to ask KDOT to, are you asking them?
I
I'll
can't
ask
them.
Yeah, ask them to turn that camera around at 313 and look west, please. So that's what we're going to try to do is see if they can turn this camera around. Sometimes they can, and sometimes they can't do it, but many times they'll help us out with that if they can. All right, so this is looking again from Council Grove, and that storm continues moving farther to the east. So the rotation on that, the lowering, probably a funnel cloud here becoming more enshrouded in rain. I can still see it right here. That's the threat, no doubt, and that is moving toward Alma at this point. You're the next town in line. You've got about 10 minutes before it arrives, but that's it. It's been persistent, showing signs of either a funnel cloud or at least a lowering. It's hard to see because it is starting to get wrapped in rain in that part of the storm, but that is exactly what the National Weather Service is looking at, is that part right there. Again, in Manhattan, looking toward the storm, the rotation of that tornado warning that includes Manhattan, there's so much rain there that it's blocked off and we cannot see the rotation on that from that position anyway. But there was a funnel cloud with us a few minutes ago as it was close to Ogden, and now it looks like if it is a funnel cloud, it's certainly covered in rain. It's just impossible to see from that angle. All right, so two different tornado warnings here. One is right here, and this is going to be located, let's give you a distance there from Alma. So from Alma to the rotation, you're looking at about 13 miles. So it's moving about 30 miles per hour, and that one was a funnel cloud a few minutes ago, if not touching down. It's still in the rural area there in the eastern part of Gary County. The other rotation is this, which is straight south of Manhattan at this point. Let's check out the velocity on this and see if it's still showing the spin it was a few minutes ago. And that rotation really straight south of Manhattan at this point. Go ahead, Mitchell.
And just giving you an idea of where this rotation south of Manhattan is, it is just south of the scenic overlook off of 177, according to the National Weather Service here in Topeka. So that's something we want to watch. If you have anybody that may be traveling on 177 right now or Interstate 70 also, you will want to make sure they can get to a safe space as fast as they can, and also you want to make sure if they can't, they take the necessary precautions. Jerry?
All right, Mitchell, thank you. All right, so I'm going to check out the view now from the Maple Hill camera, and this is looking from near Maple Hill. It's going to come up in a moment here. It's loading. It's going to be looking from Maple Hill straight to the west into the storm. So it's still far enough on the horizon. It's a low enough storm that I can't quite see it from that camera yet. From Manhattan, you can't see more than a mile because of the extremely heavy rain in town now. And again, that storm has a tornado warning with it still. So if you're in Manhattan, you should still be taking shelter. If it has a tornado, it is certainly going to be hard to see as the extremely heavy rain is embedded in there now. All right, so that's the view for the storm that's north of Council Grove. It's not near Council Grove. It is moving to the east into Wabaunsee County. Now for Council Grove, we're still watching you because this storm that's in Marion County has a very easily identifiable hook there that's just southwest of Marion. This thing's been rotating for a while. We have a storm chaser that's been on this, and if it goes tornado, we will let you know. But this one is the reason that we're watching that. Marion County is technically out of our coverage area. K-Wich, our sister station in Wichita, covers that one very well. But if you're in Council Grove, Wilsey, White City, this one is coming your way. We're not sure how strong it'll be when it gets to you, but it's in an area that's extremely unstable, and it's very likely we'll have that thing at least, severe storm, if not a tornado warning when it gets to Council Grove in Morris County in over the next hour or so. So again, we have two different tornado warnings, and if you have your phone and your weather radio, or everything's screeching at you with different warnings right now, it can be confusing because they're kind of overlaps of two different tornado warnings that are in several counties. We've got Gary, Riley, and Wabaunsee County, and some repeat there because the overlap of these two. But there are two different rotations. One is kind of straight south of Manhattan, as Mitchell was mentioning, as close to the overlook on Bill Snyder Family Highway there, just south of Manhattan on Highway 177, of course. But that overlook is something a lot of people around here have stopped by and checked out. So a beautiful spot there. It looks like that one's been canceled now. So they canceled the northern tornado warning, and they kept the south one going. Let's see what they said. Okay, they said they canceled it, and the rotation wasn't showing up as strong as it was a few moments ago. Again, we saw a funnel cloud with that from our camera a few minutes ago, so it at least produced a funnel cloud. Not sure if it touched down, but it was just south of Ogden, and looks like it kind of it fizzled before it got to Highway 177. So the rotation we're seeing now with the active tornado warning we have, this one is for Gary, Riley, Wabaunsee counties. So if you're in Riley County, if you're in Manhattan, this is just for the corner of Riley County. So if you're in Riley County, if you're up near Riley or in Manhattan, Fort Riley, Ogden, you don't need to take shelter right now from this. You have a severe storm warning in place, but the rotation for this tornado warning that includes Riley is just this corner of the county. If you're in Gary County, Junction City, you're not in the tornado warning. All right, so it's the warning, your weather radio and a lot of different apps will screech for the whole county. But the warning is just right there, just about to go over into the northwest corner of Wabaunsee County and toward areas like Alma, and Newberry is in the path of this and making its way along I-70 there in the western part of Wabaunsee County. So I'm going to try to keep cameras pointed at that and see if we can get a look at it, of course. But right now, that is the only tornado warning that we have in place, is the one that includes those places in the northwest part of Wabaunsee County. And my camera from Council Grove, I can no longer see that lowering of that storm. So it's moved in a position where I just can't see it anymore. And I'm trying to pick out some KDOT cameras to see what we've got out ahead of it. All right, Mitchell, ask if they can turn around the I-70 at Alma camera to the west, please.
All right.
Ask KDOT if they'll do that on the chat, please. All right, so there we go. There's the dangerous part of this, is right here. It's coming out of Gary County now, and it will go right across the extreme southeast corner of Riley County. So the greatest danger here, there's not a whole lot of houses in here, but there's traffic. So if you're in Alma, planning to drive west on I-70, there'll be a lot of storm chasers doing that, but you shouldn't do that. That's going to be a dangerous place to be. If you're in Manhattan, going to drive east toward Topeka or toward Alma, I would not do that. It's I-70 right through here, and that's really the closest location to this rotation at this point, is going to be right there on the interstate. See if I have any videos coming in from storm chase at this point. All right, so again, that rotation is getting into the northwest part of Wabaunsee County.
And I got a storm track if you want me to show it.
Go ahead, show Mitchell for a second, please.
Around 557, if you're near Alma Grade School, you'll want to get in that safe spot. Around 602 Mount Mitchell Heritage Prairie Park, around 602, y'all will want to get in that safe spot. Around 603 McFarland, y'all will want to get in that safe area. Make sure interiormost room and away from those walls and windows. Around Newberry 609, y'all will want to get in that safe spot as well. And Wells Creek School by 609 as well, y'all will want to get in that safe spot. So it's headed really to the east, northeast, really more to the east though right now. And even if there's not a tornado on the ground, you can see these greens and reds coming together in these brighter colors. And that does indicate that we are seeing some straight line winds as well. And that can cause just as much damage as
Mitchell,
a tornado can.
They just dropped it. They just dropped the tornado warning on that one. Okay, so they've dropped that tornado warning of this one. So what they're saying is it looks more like a straight line wind event now. So come back over here. So they've got lots of spotters out there on this with eyes on it. We had a funnel cloud with it earlier. I'm pretty sure that's what sparked the tornado warning for this. There was a funnel cloud also near Ogden a few minutes ago as well. It's closer to maybe a half hour ago at this point. Right now, there are no tornado warnings in northeast Kansas. So what we have right now is a line of severe storm warnings, and there's even more to the north. This activity up to the north, we have not talked about this stuff at all. We really have not touched on this hardly at all here, but this storm near Frankfort in Marshall County, that has rotation with it. It's hail the size of quarters right now with that warning, and that's going to move up to the northeast toward areas in northwest Nemaha County. But that rotation near Frankfort, that's a problem. So Beatty, Baileyville, you should be watching this. Axtell, you should be watching this too. That storm has a decent spin with it that's showing up there in the eastern part of Marshall County. That does not have a tornado warning at this point. That one is a concern. So we have not been touching on these areas up here because we've been focusing on the tornado warnings. But I'm telling you right now, that thing very close to Highway 9 and 99, right where 99 and Highway 9 come together north of Frankfort, that is a strong sign of rotation that's developed over the last couple of minutes right there. The stuff farther to the south, right now we have severe storm warnings with this that go for Manhattan, St. George, Wamego. You've got the severe storm warning that goes all the way over to Alma. The National Weather Service is saying 70-mile-per-hour winds are possible with this as it makes its way eastward. So that's the threat right now, is 70-mile-per-hour winds with this as it moves into the western part of Wabaunsee County. The strongest wind of that is probably right here, and again, that's right along Interstate 70. This bright batch of green you see that's ripping along here from west to east, just crossing Highway 177 in the northeast part of Gary County, looks to be the strongest part of that. But that's where the 70-mile-per-hour winds would be at this point with this. All right, I'm going to show you the live camera near Alma. The folks from KDOT have turned that camera around. They're looking to the north. This is going to be looking at the kind of the base of the storm that's moving out of Manhattan. So this is near Alma right now. We'll be watching that one closely, as well as the rotation from near Manhattan and from near Ogden. And then they're turning around looking northwest now. So they're watching to the northwest. Now we're looking straight west. There we go. That's what I want. You got Mitchell got him to turn the camera. So we're looking to the west now toward that strong wind that's coming down I-70. So that's I-70 at the Alma exit. We should have 70-mile-per-hour winds at that location here in just the next couple of minutes. Moving farther west, this is at Deep Creek Road. So that's just south of Manhattan. You can see how heavy the rain is, and the winds are not extreme at that location at this point. And then at exit 313, you can see some folks have pulled off the side of the road there to get out of the extreme wind there as well. So the extreme wind affecting that area, but there's not a tornado warning at this point. Now, I do want to mention folks down in Morris County. We were watching the camera earlier because of stuff that was going to your north, but here in the next few moments, we're going to start watching more closely this stuff coming up from the southwest, because this has a hook with it too. So the two hooks I've seen right now that bother me are the one near Frankfort and this one that's in the southeast part of Marion County that has been persistent for a while. That's going to start moving to the northeast, and ultimately that will affect folks around Council Grove. Mitchell, can you communicate to the newsroom that we don't have a tornado warning right now? So unless we do, we will do 13 News at 6. We would do it normally. Okay. So we don't have any tornado warnings right now. We could have another one issued shortly. So just please let them know that. Thank you. All right, so what I'm looking at there is near Marion. This rotation in this part of the storm has golf ball size hail. The Weather Service in Wichita has put the tornado possible tag on this. So they will do that when it's rotating just enough that they think it could go tornado, but they're not quite at the tipping point to go tornado warning. You know, I mean, it's like the significant weather advisory. We have pea-size hail, and they think it could produce quarter-size hail. When they're kind of on the fence, but they're leaning toward not scaring people, they'll go tornado possible, which, you know, with me, if they say tornado possible, you know, I have opinions on it, but, you know, that storm that's in Marion County right now, the words tornado possible, that's a concern for you if you are north of it, a major concern. So if you're up in Council Grove, Wilsey, if you're in Harrington, all these locations up here, you should be very interested in what's going on down there around Marion, because that is moving northeast, and we'll be moving into Morris County within the next 30 minutes. If it goes that direction. As a matter of fact, when I loop it here, and it looks like it wants to go more east. But if you're in Chase County or Morris County, you should be watching these. Sometimes they'll kind of meander back and forth. But this thing that's in Marion County, near the town of Marion, that could be a problem for folks that are up in Morris County shortly. So again, that's a severe thunderstorm warning with that one. They are saying 60-mile-per-hour winds and golf ball size hail with this. And that storm, as I mentioned, that does have significant rotation with it, and it has a tornado possible tag with it. So again, that tornado possible tag is not something that every Weather Service office uses, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but it's not used by all the offices necessarily. Some more hail cores here. Here's one hail core coming out of Geary County into the western part of Wabaunsee County. That's with the storm that did have a tornado warning with it earlier, and now it's a severe thunderstorm warning. And that severe storm warning also includes folks that are in Morris County, in Wabaunsee County, in Pottawatomie County for winds to 70 miles per hour. And the worst of that wind, let's check out where it's located now. A moment ago it was coming down I-70, it looked like. So right about there, close to Deep Creek Road, I guess, is where it really looks like it's at on this. All right, so we can bring that camera up from KDOT and see how it looks there. So we have the very strong winds, probably 70 miles per hour. But as we bring up the KDOT camera, this may be just behind it. So it looks like it's just past Deep Creek Road at this time. So the trees here, you can see are not bending over in any means there at Deep Creek Road in just south of Manhattan I-70. This is I-70 west of K-99. That camera is looking to the east. This is at Alma, which is looking to the northwest right now. So those cameras have got a good look at it in case we get anything wild coming along. I do want to make sure I keep an eye on the Maple Hill camera because it's going to have that strong wind, and sometimes these strong wind events can produce tornadoes as well. But this is going to produce a big one. If it does produce a tornado, that thing coming across Wabaunsee County would not be a big or major tornado from what I see there. All right, so again, the severe storm warnings we have stretch from Riley County to Pottawatomie through Gary, Wabaunsee, down into Marion County and Chase County, and also to the north. We're watching that rotation near Frankfort. This storm has hail now tennis ball size. They have ramped this one up, so tennis ball size hail possible with this. That's extremely dangerous. Axtell, you have tennis ball size hail, 2.5 inches diameter possible coming your way. We've got a couple of different areas on that that are suspicious for rotation, several. And we'll check out the hail core on this. But again, tennis ball size hail, that's 2.5 inches in diameter, is a potential with the storm that's near Frankfort in Marshall County. They're moving into the northwest part of Nemaha County. Baileyville, stay inside, please. You have hail the size of tennis balls just about to come across Highway 36. Now, this will stay east of Beatty, east of Home, east of Marysville, east of Blue Rapids. It looks like it's probably just north of or northeast of Frankfort at this point, but that hail core extremely powerful, and that's going to move across Highway 36. So if you're in Seneca or Marysville, you plan to drive back or forth down Highway 36 in the next hour, don't do it. If you have friends or family, there's a lot of people that do make that drive and down 36 between Marysville and Seneca, no doubt. So that area is going to have hail the size of tennis balls coming across in the next few minutes. Please let people know in that area, don't do that right now. Beatty, I think this will miss you. Baileyville, that could affect you directly. But again, that's hail the size of tennis balls, and that's the biggest hail potential we've seen so far. And I believe it's Doppler radar indicated. Yeah, they say it's radar indicated, but hail the size of tennis balls with that as a possibility. Down the line, this storm, 70-mile-per-hour winds getting into Wabaunsee County now. And this is going to be affecting areas around Alma, McFarland. You're in this. And then it will start moving toward areas like Newberry and Maple Hill. We'll see if it continues moving to the east or if it stays with the northeast. It looks to me like if you look at this bright area of green right here, it is ripping straight from west to east. So Volland, Alma, you're about to see winds that are close to 70 miles per hour out of that part of the storm. While farther back to the west, Manhattan should start calming down soon. Folks along Highway 177, that part of the storm should start to calm down soon as well. And then down here near Council Grove, this part of the storm looks like it is intensifying. And I want to turn the Council Grove camera around as, yeah, there we go. Oh man, okay. Yeah, let's check out Council Grove here. This is a nasty storm moving into Council Grove. You can see the bright green color in the sky there. That is looking to the north from Council Grove. And as I turn this a little farther to the left or west, you can see the extremely strong winds. There's a shelf cloud there showing up very well. That's just straight to the, let's see, that was Council Grove's here on the left side, so you get your idea. The camera's located on the west side of Council Grove. So the camera's, actually, the camera's on the east side of Council Grove. We are looking west, the shelf cloud there. We're looking in the direction of Harrington there. As I turn it around a little bit more, you can see we're looking toward Council Grove Lake, and there's this shelf cloud, this really wild structured shelf cloud that's moving across Morris County right now. And when it's got that shape like that, it's kind of rounded. That tells you it's got strong straight line winds with it. So that's extremely strong winds that are moving toward Council Grove right now. If you're in Council Grove, you should stay inside. You should treat that like a tornado, really. The winds with this are probably going to be 70 miles per hour close to it, but you have a shelf cloud feature moving towards you there in Council Grove is what that is called. Now, you don't typically see tornadoes with shelf clouds, but you do tend to see very strong straight line winds. So that's coming into Council Grove over the next couple of moments here. And that feature looks like it's also moving toward the northern part of Lyon County. The southern part of Morris County is in that feature as well. Then down the line, again, the storm that has the tornado possible tag with it is down in Marion County. And when I put this in motion a moment ago, it looked like it was moving more to the east than northeast. But if you are in Morris County or over into Chase County, you should be watching this one. I'm not sure if the storm moving through Morris County may stabilize things, but we do have the winds that are up to 70 miles per hour with that's moving into Morris County right now. All right. So again, that rotation here in Marion County, moving into the northeast into Chase County shortly. New tornado warning issued. Here we go. All right, new tornado warning with this. So we have a tornado warning just issued for Riley-Wabaunsee County. So if you're in Riley County, this is not for Manhattan. Manhattan is not in this. This is going to be the very southeast corner of Riley County, really just along I-70 in Riley County. Alma is in the path of this. So Alma needs to take shelter right now. You are in the path of a Doppler radar indicated tornado. And as you look north, from Morris County on that, from the camera in Council Grove, and see if we can see it. But that is a new tornado warning just issued for the northwest corner of Wabaunsee County. And this is it right here, this indentation. That's going to be the tornado warning right here is the rotation showing up on radar in the northwest corner of Wabaunsee County. So they've issued a new tornado warning with this. That's going to go until 6:45 p.m. is the time on this. I'm going to try to get eyes on this one too. If you're in Alma and McFarland, you should take shelter right now. You have a potential tornado that is approaching you, and I'm going to have that on the camera from Maple Hill shortly here. We should have a pretty good look at that as it comes along I-70. But again, this is a new tornado warning for Wabaunsee County, and if you are in Riley County, this does not include the city of Manhattan. If you're at Fort Riley, you're not in this. So these tornado warnings, many times when they come out, your weather radio, your apps, or whatever it might be, are going to screech for the entire Riley County, while it is only for really the sliver in the southeast corner of Riley County, which is mainly along I-70 and then down into the northwest part of Wabaunsee County. So that is a new tornado warning right there. The rotation on this showing up right in this area, just a couple miles south of I-70. Mitchell, you have something?
And you can see it also from base reflectivity, where you have this wraparound shape. You get that hook echo with the tornadoes that we see usually, and it has that wraparound shape, even though it's in this line of storms. So I just wanted to point that out, and I also wanted to zoom on in and do a storm track for it. So I'm going to do a storm track real quick down the line from this. And so if you are anywhere along I-70 right now, you really need to get in a safe spot wherever that may be. But Alma, around 614, you definitely need to be in that safe spot. Alma Grade School as well. Around 621, McFarland, 621. Once again, y'all will want to be in that safe spot. And Trinity Lutheran Church around 621 as well. You will want to get in that safe spot. So I'll give it back to you, Jeremy.
All right, thank you, Mitchell. So we had a funnel cloud report a few moments ago by a storm spotter near Alma. That doesn't mean that the funnel cloud is in Alma. That means from Alma they could see it. So there's a funnel cloud that's been spotted there. All right, looks like we have a severe storm warning just issued in the last couple of moments here that's going to include Topeka, or at least Shawnee County. for the storm coming a little farther. So there you go. We have a severe storm warning now being extended farther to the east. That will include Topeka, and it will include the southwest part of Jackson County. So they're issuing severe storm warnings out ahead of the strong straight line winds anticipated is going farther east. Mitchell,
And
go ahead.
emergency management for Shawnee County is reporting that they had a rope come down over there and then it went right back up, and also reports of damage in Alta Vista from Shawnee County Emergency Management.
Alta Vista has damage then, okay? Okay, so Alta Vista has damage from the tornado. That's down here. So Alta Vista down here has some tornado damage, and that thing still shows spin that's moving into the middle of Wabaunsee County, so that may need to be another warning issued. 555, okay? So that's rotation right there. That's going to have a warning with it in the next few moments here probably. So we have two areas of rotation with this. One right here, prominent rotation. That's the northwest part of Wabaunsee County, and that is moving toward Alma. And that's my weather call going off because my location is in a severe thunderstorm warning. So I am calling me, and I am calling many of you right now, of course, with weather calls. So we have the one tornado warning. Alma should be taking shelter right now. If you're in Alma, please take shelter. You have potential tornado heading your way. We've had some damage now reported in Alta Vista. And the folks from KDOT have the camera there pointed toward the storm now. No, it's a different one. Okay. So let's see what they have on I-70 here. No, that's not it. All right, so I have another camera here. Let's see what this one was. There. This is from Council Grove looking north into that storm, and it does have rotation with it still, of course, and there's two different rotations there going across Wabaunsee County now. The one that apparently caused some damage near Alta Vista, they said there may have been a rope tornado touchdown there a few minutes ago, and this other one is a rotation that's moving toward Alma. So Alta Vista apparently has some damage. I'm not sure if it's tornado or wind damage or what it might be, but they have some damage in Alta Vista in the southwest part of Wabaunsee County. Now, as we look from near Maple Hill, from the WIBW transmission site, I'm looking into the storm with a tornado warning with it as it moves along I-70 close to it, and it's just the rain is so heavy there I can't see if there's something in there. I'm just not able to see it with the position of that camera. Go ahead, Mitchell, what do you got?
Yeah, so also we can see from our Midland Exteriors Skycam in Council Grove, you're seeing that cascade and that of dry air and then that rain that's starting to come down. And you're also seeing that green color, which signals a hail core out there where the storm is located. I do want to mention that these storms are very dangerous regardless if they are producing a tornado. So if there's a severe thunderstorm warning and a tornado warning or both, y'all will want to get in that safe spot and hunker down for the next little bit for this warning's tenure, because it could cause damage if it puts a tornado on the ground. And as we heard, we did see that with one of those storms. As you can see though, also we kind of have this notching feature. That's the inflow of what the storm has going for it. It's where wind pushes into the storm and then wind pushes out, and you have that rotation that wraps where that inflow is usually. We're also dealing with the location of the radar, which is around Alma, which is causing a little bit of a disruption with how it looks on radar. That's pretty normal when a storm like this passes over.
Hey, Mitchell, there's a second tornado warning now. Come back to me, guys. So that rotation we saw a minute ago near Alta Vista is now a tornado warning. So Eskridge, you should take shelter. This may have dropped a tornado a few minutes ago around Alta Vista. So this is a new tornado warning just issued. So once again, we have multiple tornado warnings for Wabaunsee County. And this one has a pretty strong sign of rotation right about there. This is going to be it right there. And right in the middle of that warning box. So back up here, you can see that same rotation close to Alta Vista a few minutes ago. There's the rotation. That's at 5:52, so that's 8 minutes ago. And as we roll it forward here, we're tracking a tornado. That's what that is. That's going to be right along and just north of Highway 4. And we had a small tornado touchdown there, I think two years, maybe last year. We had a very small one touchdown almost in that exact same spot. And KDOT had to clear some trees off Highway 4 from that one. But that's a new tornado warning just issued, going until 6:45. And this actually includes Shawnee County, as well as northwest parts of Osage County. So again, here's the big deal, is in Topeka, if you're in Topeka, you got almost 200,000 people in Shawnee County, all just got some sort of advice that there's a tornado warning in Shawnee County. So if your device is letting you know there's a warning for the whole county, which they will, if you're in Topeka, you're not in this tornado warning right now. But this is a rotation right down here. So if you're in Topeka, if you're in Auburn, down to Wakarusa, Silver Lake, Rossville, if you're in these areas up toward the Seaman High School, those areas, you're probably getting an update that you're in a tornado warning in Shawnee County. Shawnee County is a tornado warning. This part of it right here. The rotation is over here in the west-southwest part of Wabaunsee County. So in Topeka, you're not running for shelter just yet. All right, so we're going to keep an eye on it. But if you're in Topeka, that rotation is just west of Eskridge. I'll give you the distance on that from Eskridge, looking to the west here, and the distance is going to be right down Highway 4, about 12.7 miles. That rotation most likely produced a tornado in Alta Vista. Mitchell, can you make sure the newsroom knows about that report from that they had damage in Alta Vista, please? All right, the other rotation is this up here, and it's more impressive now than it was a moment ago, just south of I-70, and that is in the southeast corner of Riley County going into the western parts of Wabaunsee County. That has a tornado warning with it as well. And I just can't get eyes on that from my camera, even though my camera is fairly close to it. It's just the direction of it is not giving. I'm just not able to pick it up good. But I can see it from KDOT here, and this is looking from I-70 west of K-99, and the camera is looking to the northeast. But you can see the extreme rain there already out ahead of the potential tornado. We'll go down the highway to the west there and get over to Deep Creek Road, and that's behind it. So in between those two, you've got a potential tornado. This is near this I-70 at Alma exit there, which is just ahead of that storm, but a dangerous storm. Both of these look like they could be confirmed tornadoes at any point here. Both of these have potential to do a tornado, and the last report we had a few minutes ago was that Alta Vista has damage, and they think it's tornado damage. So Alta Vista has some damage at this point. Again, 2 tornado warnings going right now. Both of them include big chunks of Wabaunsee County. We have a tornado warning right here. That rotation is very close to Interstate 70. So this is including the southeast corner of Republic County and the northwest part of Wabaunsee County. That's almost surely a tornado right here. That's just south of I-70. So we're west of Highway 99 there, west of Alma. Alma should be taking shelter right now. Alma, this may go north of you, but it's really close to you. Don't travel on Highway 99 between Alma and Wamego right now. Please don't do that. If you're in Wamego, don't head south toward Alma. If you're on I-70, you don't want to drive between 99 and Deep Creek Road right now. That's almost surely a tornado right there that is right along I-70. Now there's another rotation just southwest of the city of Alma itself right there. This one is not warned. It's also very close to the radar. But that might be another tornado right there. It's almost to Alma. Alma, please take shelter right now if you're in Alma. Please, if you're around Alma, take shelter. The other rotation, this is the tornado warning to the south, and this is right along Highway 4, and this is west of Eskridge, about 11 miles. This is the spin on this. It's been a persistent spin for a while, and that's the tornado warning that includes part of Shawnee County. So Shawnee County is included in the southwest part of that. The northwest part of Osage County is in this as well, although the tornado is still pretty far west of Topeka and far west of Osage City. So, but if you're in Osage City and your weather radio is going off, or if you're getting app updates that are telling you you're in a tornado warning, Osage County is and Shawnee County is, but the rotation is actually still pretty far off to the west. So Eskridge, you should be taking shelter right now. Alma should be taking shelter right now. McFarland should be taking shelter right now. And this thing is just, looks like it's getting stronger, frankly, right there along I-70. So this is a very strong sign of rotation. It could be a tornado right now. You have an update, Melissa?
Just some information. Checked with the Wabaunsee County Sheriff that the wind damage around Alta Vista is reported to be some minor wind damage.
Minor, okay, good.
Hopefully nothing serious will show up, but at this point it's looking to be minor.
Okay, thank you, Melissa. So newsroom getting updates for what's going on. So we have some damage around Alta Vista, and it sounds like it's probably minor at this time. But this is looking more and more like a tornado, just right along I-70 in the northwest part of Wabaunsee County. And that warning includes a big chunk of Wabaunsee County. It even includes part of Riley County. But Riley County, I mean, Manhattan's in Riley County. So if you have a tornado warning showing up on your phone for Riley County, it doesn't include Manhattan. You're not in this. It is for areas in the southeast corner of Riley County, and shortly that will probably be removed from the warning. But that tornado, what looks like a tornado to me on radar, is approaching McFarland and Alma's awfully close to you. Mitchell, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a storm track here for this tornado warning in Riley and Wabaunsee around 6:27. So you really only got like about 20 minutes. You want to get in that safe spot now, though. Wells Creek School 6:27, probably a little bit before then you will want to get in that safe spot. Newberry 6:28 and 6:34 for Greenwood School as well. Those two areas that we are watching that are have populations are McFarland and Newberry. So you do want to make sure to heed our advice and get in that safe spot. And yeah, there are 2 tornado warned storms currently as we speak right now. That one that is just along I-70, and then we also have one that's south that's just to the west of Eskridge. So we are watching both of them. I'll pass back to Jeremy.
All right, Mitchell, that's right. We have 2 different tornado warnings we're tracking, and we haven't touched on this one in a while, but I want to go down and show you this. This storm that is in Marion County going over to Chase County now has hail up to 2.75 inches, baseball size hail. So the one near Frankfort earlier was 2.5 inches, tennis balls. This one near Fairplay, Cedar Point, getting over into the northwest part of Chase County, that ultimately could affect Morris County too. It may even affect Lyon County. So that storm has baseball size hail with it now. Up the line, this activity up here in Nemaha County, we talked about this a few minutes ago, it still has what looks like tennis ball size hail that would be located very close to Baileyville at this time. So if you're in Baileyville, stay inside as this storm goes by. You've got big hail that's going right across Highway 36 now, right at the Nemaha and Marshall County line, just near Baileyville. This is big enough hail, it can do damage to your roof. It can hurt you if you're outside. Livestock can be hurt by this. Certainly you don't want to be out in this. Stay inside. This is not a tornado warning. It is tennis ball size hail. The storm does have rotation with it, but hail right now is the concern the Weather Service is mentioning with this. So tennis ball size hail is very close to, if not in, Baileyville and Axtell. That's going to move northeast and could impact Bern. Probably stays just west of Seneca, but Bern, you're awfully close to that one as well. So the tornado warnings again, we have this one in the northwest part of Wabaunsee County that's just been cropped off. So Riley County is no longer in this. You just saw them change the box there. That's the tornado warning, the white polygon here. So the rotation on this is going to be located just to the northwest of Alma. And I'm going to check exactly what the Weather Service has to say on this and see what their exact verbiage is in their warning. They say 6:10 p.m. near Alma, moving east at 20. Hazard is ping pong ball size hail and tornado. Take shelter in Alma, McFarland, and Paxico. You are all in the path of a potential tornado there. So they are saying they see the tornado near Alma, which is, there's 2 different rotations there. This one is almost surely a tornado. If not, it's a funnel cloud. Now, the radar is awfully close to this. So in some cases, looking at the radar is 50, 60 miles away from the radar, and the beam is kind of wide. When you get this close, you see a rotation like that, that's a strong sign. Mitchell, what do you have?
And from our tower cam currently, Midland Exterior Sky Cam near Maple Hill, you can currently see that wall cloud from this storm. And you can see the hail core where you have that green color out here. Not seeing anything past that because of heavy rain that we are seeing in the area right now. But if you could possibly turn the camera a little bit, I guess, to the left, we may be able to see a little bit more. Can't really see a lot, but you can see kind of the striations along the clouds. That may be a little bit of a sign of maybe some scud or rotation, but not seeing any lowering right now at this moment, likely because of whatever is behind the rain we can't see because it's rain wrapped. Back to you, Jeremy.
All right, Mitchell, this is wild. All right, so there's another rotation showing up in this, and this one is just a couple miles northwest of McFarland. Just, unless that's the same, yeah, maybe it's the same one, maybe it just moved. Yeah, that's it, it's just moved, it's a new frame. Okay, so that's what it is. That's the tornado. That's the tornado right there. This is just about to cross Highway 99. That's it, there's no doubt. That's the tornado. You know, and if it's not touching down, it is awfully close to it. We're so close to the radar here that we really can get a good idea of exactly where it is. That's it. It's just right between Highway 99 and I-70, the northwest side of those two. And there may be a little debris showing up there on the debris. Yeah, I think that is. This thing's almost surely down. Just to the northwest of the corner of I-70 and 99. And the radar, when you get these sweeps in, it takes about a minute for the radar to go around. So this is on Highway 99 right now. It's not here, it's here. It's right on Highway 99, just maybe a mile north of I-70. So I'll tell you the exact location of that right now is going to be almost exactly 1 mile north of I-70 on 99. That's exactly where it's at. There's just no doubt. And that rotation, very, very strong, located there at that location. So we do have that KDOT camera at that location. I think it was actually pointed that direction. Here it is. So this is going to be the KDOT camera at Highway 99. Looking to the north is where they have it right now, and it's rain wrapped. So here we go. That's it. So this is looking from I-70 at the Alma exit, and they have it pointing that direction, and you just can't see it because it's raining so heavily in that. This is west of 99, so we're looking toward the tornado right there, but there's almost surely a tornado in there, if not a funnel cloud that's awfully close to touching down, because what we're seeing on the radar is a strong, very strong sign of rotation that was showing up there right between I-70 and 99, and it's almost surely right on 99 right now is where it's going to be, about 1 mile north of I-70 on Highway 99. That's where that tornado is right now. Okay, so the other tornado warning has the rotation heading toward Eskridge, and the rotation on this is impressive right now. It's been rotating for a while, so there's this rotation. This one's going to be located a few miles northwest of Eskridge. You've got this located here. That's going to be 6 miles northwest of the town of Eskridge. That's this, no doubt. It's about 2 miles north of Highway 4 and moving eastward. This is the tornado warning that does touch part of Shawnee County and part of Osage County. So you guys are in the tornado warning, but it's just the corner of those counties. It doesn't include Topeka or Osage City, but the tornado warning does touch Shawnee County and Osage County. So if you're getting your weather radios screeching, or if you're getting reports from different weather apps about a tornado warning in Shawnee County and Osage County, it's because of that tornado that touches these counties. Mitchell, go ahead.
If you have a way to get our weather photos on the screen, we do have a submission of either a funnel cloud or a tornado like a half mile from Alta Vista. So
okay.
You may want to get that up.
Okay.
And so also...
Oh, we have it confirmed now. Come back to me, guys. They have it confirmed now. This is a confirmed tornado that is near Eskridge at this time. So in Eskridge, take shelter right now. That's confirmed tornado, observed, is what they're going to say on this. So we have a confirmed tornado located a couple miles northwest of Alta Vista is the location on that. And we have a picture there coming in here, a couple of them actually. So yeah, we got some pictures coming in here that are pretty good. All right, but if you are in Eskridge, take shelter right now. If you're in Dover, you should take shelter right now. If you're in Auburn, you should have your shoes ready to take shelter. But this is a confirmed tornado reported by the National Weather Service here in just the last 30 seconds here. So let's get the text on this, see exactly what it says. Weather Service says tornado warning remains in effect. 6:15 confirmed tornado 5 miles northwest of Eskridge, moving east at 30. So confirmed tornado, they say 5 miles northwest of Eskridge is the location. So that's exactly what we're looking at there. And this is going to be right there. This kind of this Alta cropping there, where it kind of looks like a finger kind of coming out of the front of the storm. That's what it is right there. Sometimes you get them on the backside of the storm, sometimes you get them in the front, but you can see the rotation there. And 5 miles northwest of Eskridge is that location on this. The distance there, again, just northwest of Eskridge, 5 miles is what they're saying. So that's going to be moving east, and they'll go over Highway 4 Highway 4 over here, in just a few minutes here. It will probably stay just north of Eskridge, judging by where it is and the direction it's moving. So it will probably stay just north of Eskridge, most likely. But Shawnee County is in this warning, and the northwest part of Osage County is also in the warning. A couple pictures coming in. We have one here from near Alta Vista. This is a funnel cloud a few minutes ago, submitted by Nancy. She sent that one in. This is some lightning near Wamego. Some fun pictures there. This is the storms they were developing. You can see explosive development. Looks like an explosion, but that's weather pics on WIBW.com. If you want to submit pictures, they do help us to tell the story of what's going on. So that's the images we have that are coming in. So all right, let's check out the cameras here. This is near Maple Hill. Are you turning that one? Oh,
yeah.
wait, whoa.
There's a.
Let me control it. I got it.
Yeah.
All right, that's the tornado right there.
Yeah.
Are you still moving it, or am I'm moving it?
Yeah,
okay,
you're moving.
There we go. All right, got it. That's it. This is northwest of Eskridge. So that's going to be this thing right there. I can't tell if it's down there from that image, but that would be a potential tornado right there. Mitchell, do you have that up on your camera?
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead and take Mitchell for me.
I currently have this up on my camera. You can see a couple funnels outside of this main circulation. I can't really tell if it's on the ground, but this may be a tornado that is on the ground, as you said, near Eskridge. So we really need to be watching this. Once again, they said it was confirmed. Well, isn't that correct, Jeremy?
Yes, that's right.
The National Weather Service did say this was confirmed. So if you live anywhere in the path of this storm, there is this funnel or this area of rotation that may be putting a tornado on the ground right now. If it's not already on the ground, it probably will be cycling and get on the ground. And then you can see some of these satellite rotations out here as well. They look very ominous, like arms. This could be a very bad situation if this tornado is on the ground as well with these satellite rotations. That's a sign that this is a strengthening storm. And then you also can see the hail core as this line of storms moves along, and it's green, and that's where the hail is really being filtered through light, and you get that green color. So I'll toss back to you, Jeremy.
All right, thank you, Mitchell. So yeah, confirmed tornado there is located a few miles northwest of Eskridge. We can see it from our tower camera. This could affect the southwest part of Shawnee County. And the National Weather Service, when they put this warning out, they include the southwest part of Shawnee County and the northwest part of Osage County. So if you're in Topeka and your weather radio is screeching and your phone's screeching with tornado warning, it's because of a confirmed tornado north of Eskridge, just a couple of miles. And as Mitchell was showing, we can see this thing, and we can't tell if it's for sure on the ground right now, but it is certainly close to it if it's not. But it was confirmed to touch down a few moments ago, and we are watching it still on our camera here. So this is the area. We're looking south from our WIBW transmission tower toward the Eskridge area, and it looks like it's covered in rain now. So for a few moments we had a look at it, but it looks like it's covered in rain now. We're getting a lot more of these rain wrap situations going on. Mitchell, go ahead. What do you got?
Keep Jeremy on the screen, but you could see kind of one of those satellite rotations roping out a little bit off to the side before the cascade of rain overcame it.
You mean this? In this area now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're seeing, as Mitchell's saying, we're seeing some rotation and possible tornado showing up there right now, still kind of roping out. So that's, yeah. All right. I'll go back to that again. And this is it. Let's go back to that camera. So again, this is north of Eskridge at this time, about 5 miles north of Eskridge. And the Weather Service saying it's confirmed tornado. So we'll go ahead and look at it. And I'm going to zoom in more closely on that spin area there. So this is it. And again, we're looking at a couple of miles north of Eskridge is where that's located. And just as I zoom in, a drop of rain hit the camera there, just enough to kind of obscure it. So again, there was definitely a tornado in there a few moments ago, and certainly could still be there and just kind of hiding in the rain. Council Grove, we're going to be watching you because you have severe weather coming in right now. You have more severe weather to your southwest in Marion and Chase County that's moving northeast with baseball-sized hail possible. So again, confirmed tornado here. This is a couple of miles north of Eskridge right now is where this one is located. So there's the rotation showing up right there. That's going to be southwest of Dover, about 10 miles. We have the rotation up here, that's close to McFarland, getting over to Newberry shortly. This one is not Doppler radar confirmed, and the rotation is not as strong as it was a few moments ago. But the rotation there is near Newberry. Newberry and Paxico, you should be taking shelter right now. McFarland, this looks like it's probably passing you by, but Newberry and Paxico, you guys should be taking shelter right now with this storm that's getting awfully close to you. And I'll try turning the camera around and see if I see anything that direction as well. I can't see into that one. It's just too rain wrapped in that area. All right, so again, if you're in Newberry, Paxico, you should be taking shelter. That rotation is awfully close to you. If you're in Eskridge, this confirmed tornado with this is what's reported as. When they report it as confirmed tornado, it doesn't mean it's going to be confirmed for forever. It may touch down and then go back up quickly. Sometimes that happens, but in this case, we're still seeing a strong sign of rotation that is right there north of Eskridge, maybe just about 5 miles or so. That's it right there, and the distance on that, we'll take it from Eskridge north. It's about 5.5 miles away. It's just about to go back across Highway 4 in the next few minutes here, and then start heading toward Keene Blacktop Road and Dover. You're going to be in the path of this. So again, that is the area. They could have a tornado right now that could touch down at any time if it's not already touching down. So that's how it looks on the live camera as looking south from Maple Hill. But again, that's a confirmed tornado with this that's located there in Wabaunsee County, just a couple of miles north of Eskridge, and make its way toward Dover. So if you're in Dover, you should be taking shelter right now. This is getting awfully close to you. We'll take the distance there from north of Eskridge over to Dover, almost exactly 10 miles. And the Weather Service says on that it's going to be moving 30 miles per hour. So we'll go ahead and time that out. And it would reach Dover, let's see what time we got there. We got Dover at 6:45 p.m., as well as the Pleasant Valley School at 6:51, and West Union School at, what do we got there, 6:52. So those schools will be located in the path. And the schools, I know schools aren't in session right now, but they're good markers. You know where those are in your neighborhood whenever we show those. So that's why I list those. All right, new tornado warning down south. The tornado warnings continue to flood in. There it is. We have one now, and this is not even with the super nasty one we saw. This is for the southeast part of Morris County and the northern part of Lyon County. So that's straight south of Council Grove, and this is also going to clip part of Wabaunsee County again. I think Wabaunsee County's had probably 7 different tornado warnings today. So Wabaunsee County, the southern part of the county, is in this tornado warning that's been issued now. So, you are in a tornado warning again there in the southern part of Wabaunsee County. All right, so in Council Grove, I'm going to try to look around and see if I see this thing. And I am looking through a blinding rain there. I just absolutely cannot see that thing.
Should we turn Emporia to the northwest?
Yeah, I'm going to do that as well. So again, if you're in Council Grove, this warning does not affect you. It is the southeast part of Morris County. If you are in Council Grove, you're not in this tornado warning. Dunlap is in this. Over to Americus. Americus just out of it. Bashong is in there. Allen, Admire, you are in there in this tornado warning. This isn't Doppler radar indicated. It is not a confirmed tornado at this point, but we've had enough confirmed tornadoes touch down today that we should treat them all like a confirmed tornado at this point. But if you're in Dunlap, Allen, Admire, and the Bashong area, you should be taking shelter right now. And the view from Emporia is still kind of blocked, so I'll show you the views that I have on this. So we have a view from Council Grove, looking to the south at this one. And that's me with updates because I'm in Shawnee County. So from Morris County, from Council Grove, it's just a wall of rain. You can't really see anything. And then looking from Emporia to the northwest, I'm still kind of far away and a little bit blocked by the tower at this point, so I can't quite see that. But it's a tornado warning for the northwest part of northwest Lyon County and the southeast part of Morris. Mitchell, what do you have?
The radar that we're about to get over the next couple minutes likely going to be from Kansas City or Wichita because there was a power outage with the radar in Alma.
Okay, all right, that's all right.
So this could be a very dangerous situation if this storm continues to be confirmed as it heads to the northeast towards town.
Yeah, that's right. So there's this tornado warning, this dangerous storm that went over the radar has done some damage there. There's radar outage at this point. So we're going to wind up using radar that is from farther away. So we still have a confirmed tornado that's north of Eskridge a couple of miles. And I'm going to have to back up and see what the latest frame I actually had was on this, because if we're going to wind up with using Kansas City radar, as Mitchell just mentioned, and Wichita radar. So looking at the storm there, coming into the southeast part of Wabaunsee County, we're going back 6/19. Yeah, we haven't had a radar image come in there in a couple of minutes. I'm going to change over to composites, what I'm going to do for now. So we have a confirmed tornado near Eskridge right now. We have a Doppler radar estimated tornado that's moving toward the town of Dunlap. So Dunlap, Admire, Bashong, you guys should be taking shelter right now. This is a potential tornado right here, and I'm just going to keep it on the composites, what I'm going to do, Mitchell. But to the southeast part of Morris County. That does not mean Council Grove. So Council Grove, you are not in the tornado warning. It is just southeast of Council Grove, moving into the northwest part of Lyon County. As we zoom back out, we have new tornado warning to the south. This is a first for this one. This storm is the one that had baseball-sized hail earlier. And for Emporia, you got to watch this one. You need to watch this one closely. This is a tornado warning that's near Cedar Point and Florence, and this has hail 2 inches diameter. This has been a very powerful storm for a long time. That is going to start moving east toward Emporia. So for Emporia, that's going to be a problem for you most likely in the next 45 minutes or an hour. So that one's not in Lyon County yet, but it will be soon. This storm that is moving into the southeast parts of Wabaunsee County and toward Shawnee County. I'm got a new radar update now, so they've got this thing going again, it looks like. That's great news. So it was a tornado on the ground a few minutes ago. So here's what we have now as we look at the radar on this. It doesn't look like the rotation is as well defined as it was a few minutes ago as it gets closer to the southwest part of Shawnee County. So there's the rotation. That was about 5 minutes ago right here. So we'll take this in advance. And I don't see that rotation as well defined. It looks more like it's straight line winds to me, but it's also getting farther from the radar. The other rotation was up here near Newberry. You should be taking shelter right now. That warning expires. It's still in 15 minutes, so it's got some time. But the rotation on that is not as well defined as it was a few minutes ago either. And the rotation of that probably getting closer to Maple Hill at this time. So we have 4 different tornado warnings we're tracking. Here are 4 of these. This one, that looks like it's probably fizzled, that was near Newberry, and is getting close to St. Mary's now, where there's not a tornado warning. This tornado is getting into the southeast part of Wabaunsee County and almost ready to cross over the Shawnee County line, and the rotation on there is not as tight as it was a few minutes ago. So that tornado warning going for 15 more minutes, but it doesn't look like the rotation's as strong as it was a few minutes ago. But that's confirmed tornado with this one, is how they're handling that. And then down to the south, we have this tornado warning in the southeast part of Morris County. The hook there is more evident than it was a few minutes ago. Dunlap to Bashong to Allen, you are in the path of this. The town of Americus is not in the path of that one. And then the 4th tornado warning is this one down here that includes parts of Marion and Chase counties. And this storm has had hail the size of baseballs reported over and over again. And that's ultimately going to start moving into Lyon County. All right, so if your phones are screeching, we have this imminent threat alert that's hitting my WEA. So we got the tornado warning just issued for Topeka. Go ahead.
And so also with that resolution or with that tornado warning that was the confirmed one, they've extended that out, and I'm thinking they're still using that radar data from elsewhere because it's not as high resolution as the other. But definitely a concern now that we do have a tornado warning going into the metro Topeka area. So I'll give it back to Jeremy.
Isaac needs to push that Topeka, all of Topeka is in a tornado warning now. All right, the entire city of Topeka is now in a tornado warning. So we're in a tornado warning. The rotation of that's getting close to Dover at this point. I'm not going to say this is a huge tornado. Any tornado is a problem. So in Topeka, you should be taking shelter right now. This warning goes until 7:15 p.m. It's a Doppler radar estimated tornado at this point, but that's going to be moving across Dover first, and then ultimately moving into Topeka and the Auburn area, Topeka, Tecumseh, all in this tornado warning. So it's a tornado. It's Doppler radar indicated in Topeka. We have all kinds of cameras across Topeka, so we're watching this real close, of course. And I'm setting up the view from Menninger Hill, looking to the southwest now, so we can see this. So that's going to be this. We'll check out the view on it right now. Again, Topeka. Everybody in Topeka, the whole city, is now in a tornado warning. It is Doppler radar indicated, but it is a tornado warning for the city. So let's check out the camera there from Menninger Hill. Take my computer just a moment to upload this thing, and there you go. So looking southwest across the city, the lowering is right in that area. So we're watching over into the corner of Wabaunsee County on this. So that is the Doppler radar indicated tornado warning that's coming into Shawnee County right now. That's what we've got. So as we check out the velocity on this, I'm going to see if it's got the spin, and then we'll just read the text from the Weather Service. And the rotation on that, it's kind of hard to pick out exactly the location. So let's go ahead and read the Weather Service warning on this, see what they've got to say. All right, tornado warning for southwest Jefferson, Shawnee, east central Wabaunsee, west central Douglas till 7:15. Tornado ping pong ball size hail located near Keene, moving east at 40. So we've got that located near Keene, moving east at 40 miles per hour is the location and the motion on this. So we're going to be right in this area here. We've got this moving toward Dover shortly, and then ultimately into Topeka. And the rotation on that, as I looked at it, is not as easily defined as it was a few minutes ago. So I'm going to go ahead and tilt the radar up a little bit. I want to see if the rotation is more evident at higher levels to see if I can pick out exactly where they're looking at here. So the most suspicious thing to me is right there, really almost on top of Dover, is going to be this location right here. So this isn't Doppler, this isn't confirmed. This is Doppler radar indicated tornado that's a couple of miles southwest of Dover, working along Highway 4, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Mitchell, what do you have?
There is a little bit of an appendage from our base reflectivity scan. Once again, these scans are probably coming in from alternative radars because we did have that power outage with the one in Alma. But let's do a storm track on that. Around 6:37, you need to be in your safe space out in Dover. Lone Tree School 643, be in that safe space. Indian Hills Elementary School 649. 6:59, you need to be in that safe space if you're near the Kansas Rehabilitation Hospital. And all of Topeka by 7 o'clock, y'all will want to be in that safe spot. Y'all will want to be in that safe spot well before. And I'm going to toss back to Jeremy.
All right, Mitchell. The tornado down south in Morris County is now confirmed. They're going confirmed tornado warning with this. So that means that either the radar is showing it or that spotters have seen it with their eyes. So we have so first the sirens in Topeka and Shawnee County are all going off right now for the tornado warning. So take shelter. If you're hearing sirens, you should take shelter. Don't think about anything else. Just if you're hearing tornado sirens, take shelter and then figure it out afterward. But the tornado itself is close to Dover right now if it's there. So the Weather Service looking at a tornado confirmed near Dunlap right now, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. The public confirmed a tornado 1 mile west northwest of Dunlap at 6:28 p.m. So we have a spotter confirmed tornado just about a mile northwest of Dunlap here in the last couple of minutes. So that tornado, that is a confirmed tornado that is in the northwest part of Lyon County, and the warning does include the southeast part of Morris County. So you've got this is in the southeast part of Morris County and the northeast part of Lyon County in that tornado warning. So we're looking that direction now from our tower camera there, and you can certainly see the lowering. It is just behind the transmission tower there, but that's where the tornado is going to be. It's going to be moving toward Admire, Bashong. You're in the path of this. Folks in Dunlap, you should be taking shelter right now. That is a confirmed tornado that's been spotted near Dunlap in just the last couple of minutes. So if you're around Dunlap, you're in danger right now with a confirmed tornado reported by a storm spotter just a few minutes ago that is very close to Dunlap. So now we're going to look out from the camera in Council Grove. There's Council Grove, so we're looking off to the west there. and to the, I can barely see over toward Dunlap there in this part. Okay, it's blocked by rain, so we can't see it. But again, it's confirmed tornado. Dunlap, take shelter right now. Bashong, take shelter right now. It's going to be just north of Americus, the path. But Allen and then Admire, you're in the path of that thing as well. So that is this tornado warning that is in the northwest part of Lyon County. Emporia, you're not in this, but Emporia, you have to watch out for the storm coming across Chase County because it is moving your way. Topeka, we are in a tornado warning. That includes folks around Dover. As Mitchell was mentioning a moment ago, the radar showing the little appendage right there, that's most likely going to be the part of the storm producing the tornado. It is moving northeast toward Topeka at 40 miles per hour. So the National Weather Service is warning everybody in Topeka, most of Shawnee County for this. The distance from that rotation to the capital city will go from there, we'll go to 470. So it's about 11 miles to the southwest of 470, and if we time that out, they said it was moving 40 miles per hour was the forward motion on this. That's going to put it in, let's see, what kind of locations and times we got here.
7 o'clock-ish.
It's got it going into the Topeka West High School area, 657. Stormont Vale Behavioral Health, that's 701. Forbes Field, 702. North Topeka, Noto, about 705 is the time it would arrive. So again, that one is a Doppler radar estimated tornado. It was a confirmed tornado earlier, but Capital City, we should all be taking shelter right now as that is the offending part of the storm right here, just about to move over into Shawnee County. The tornado warning that was in place here in the northeast part of Wabaunsee County was allowed to expire. This stuff up north that's in Nemaha County and Marshall County did have hail the size of tennis balls. Now it has come down to the size of $50. So that storm is not as wild, but still around Seneca. Stay inside while that one passes. But Topeka to Auburn, all the way down to Montera, we should all be taking shelter now in Topeka with that Doppler radar estimated tornado. It's Doppler radar estimated. We have all kinds of eyes looking at that, of course, from Topeka. And right now, it is not confirmed by any means. I'll bring the Menninger Hill camera into the rotation here so I can show it. But here's the look from the west side of Topeka, from Menninger Hill to the southwest toward that storm. And Eskridge is now behind this, so Eskridge is no longer in danger of that. So I'm looking to the southwest from the northwest side of town in Topeka, and I don't see something down at this point. The area that would be suspicious is right there. That's going to be the part of the storm that would potentially have a tornado if it's going to do it. I don't see anything there. Mitchell, what do you have?
At 6:30, there was a report of a roof blown off a home near Cahola Lake, 4 miles southwest of Dunlap in Morris County. Okay,
thank you. So that's the confirmed tornado, and that tornado warning, including the northwest part of Lyon County and the southeast part of Morris County. And as Mitchell was mentioning, there's a part of a roof blown off there by that storm. So, these are dangerous storms causing some damage. Hopefully nobody's hurt by this, but a big deal. Go ahead, Mitchell.
I'm also not seeing the radar recycle itself. Like, I'm not seeing it get a new radar scan either.
Okay. All right.
So that's a concern because it's that wouldn't give us accurate estimates of where the storm is actually.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to the composite here and see the update on this. So looks like the rotation on this would certainly be closer to Dover at this point, getting almost into Topeka, and it's we may have some damage to the Topeka radar. Could be a problem here, and I'm going to bring in the camera so we can keep eyes on the storm as it comes into the city, just in case we get a better look at it there. So the rotation of this is should be in Topeka within the next 15 minutes or so. So in the capital city, again, we're in a tornado warning that goes until 7:15 for a Doppler radar indicated tornado. To the south, this is a confirmed tornado that's moving into the northwest part of Lyon County, and this is heading toward Bashong, Allen, and Admire. And just a few minutes ago, we had a report of a roof that was damaged there around the town of Dunlap by this. So that's in the southeast part of Morris County, and that storm is coming across the northwest part of Lyon County shortly, and that's the view of it. from the Washburn University camera. They sponsored the camera in Emporia, and that's looking to the northwest from Emporia right now. And I can't see that as being on the ground at this point, but that's the direction we're looking, is right up there toward Dunlap, and it's still kind of hiding behind that tower. And I'll be looking right there is where we'd see something. There is a lowering I'm seeing in there. It's still kind of hard to pick out, probably because it's in a rain-wrapped part of that storm, but that's where it's going to be. So that storm is a confirmed tornado just a few minutes ago that did some damage around Dunlap, and the public reported they saw a tornado in that area a few minutes ago. Mitchell, what do you have?
We got some more data update on finally for that storm, as you can see.
Yeah, the single site's bringing it in. Okay, go ahead.
And you can kind of see around up here just to the north of south of Highway 4, you can kind of see a notching feature down here that may be where the tornado is. I'm going to zoom in out for you, but you can kind of see the notching feature right here, and that's something to note.
Yeah, what I'm noticing is the velocity is not coming in. Come back to me, guys. The velocity data is old, but the reflectivity is new now. So this is a potential tornado right here. It's past Dover at this point, so it's getting into the western side of Topeka is where this is going to be. And if you're in the capital city, we should all be taking shelter right now. And check out the view from Menninger Hill looking at this. And the potential tornado, if it's moving into the city, what we have is kind of the same situation we did earlier. We have kind of this horseshoe-shaped cloud moving in, and we'll see if something can drop from it. But this is it, as it's moving into the west side of Topeka. So that's looking to the southwest from Menninger Hill. Menninger Hill, if you don't know where that is, this is 470 and I-70 right here. The old Hollywood theaters, the theater was up on the hill there for a long time. So we're looking southwest from that part of town, and you can see that severe storm moving into Topeka. So if we see a tornado, it's going to be that part of the storm right there as it moves in. I don't see it right now, but that doesn't mean that it's not in there. It could be rain-wrapped. If it is a tornado, it's not a massive tornado, but any tornado is bad. And again, people in Topeka should all be taking shelter right now. We'll check out the view now also from the Cyrus Hotel. That's it right there. Okay, Eric has a live stream. Okay, thank you.
29th and Auburn Road. Yeah, 29th and Auburn Road.
All right, thank you. Okay, so we're going to take up Eric Ives is running a live stream. And this is his view. He is at 29th and Auburn Road, I think is what Melissa said. So this is the view from WIBW Eric Ives. Of course, a photojournalist has been here even longer than me, so he is out in this. So that's his view. It's 29th and Auburn Road, I believe. So I don't see it down from his shot there. But again, tornado warning for Topeka. Most of Shawnee County, we have a live view there from Eric, and we'll keep a close eye on that and see what he gets out of this as well. So again, if you are in the northwest part of Lyon County, I want you to take shelter right now. If you're in Topeka, take shelter right now. Those are the two most dangerous storms we have. Just east of Dover, moving into the southwest part of Topeka, and this, if it is a tornado, I wouldn't say it's not the biggest rotation I've ever seen. Mitchell, what do you have?
I have the camera up right now, and you can kind of see this bowing feature on this wall cloud. You can see it's getting darker right now. If we have anything on the ground, it will be just behind this cascade of rain, and that cascade of rain right now is approaching around the 470-70 corridor. So you do want to get in your safe spot. We also have a little bit of scud, which is just the cloud feature that we see with severe weather at the top of this wall cloud. So right now, if you live in Topeka or are in Topeka, you want to get in that safe spot right now. Hunker down. Make sure if you have kids, get that bicycle helmet on them and get away from those walls and windows. In that interiormost room, possibly in a bathroom or closet, would be best on the first floor of your house if you have any more than one floor in your house right now.
All right, Mitchell, thank you. So we do have the tornado warning for Topeka. Everyone in Topeka should be taking shelter right now. We have radar on this. We have storm chasers on this. If you're in the northwest part of Lyon County, you should be taking shelter right now too. This is a confirmed tornado with this. We had at least one home that was damaged by this near Dunlap. Bashong and Allen, you are in the path of a tornado. This touched down at least in the last few minutes and has done some damage. We've had a hard time getting eyes on these today. Many of these storms have been rain wrapped, which makes it harder for storm spotters and people to get eyes on so we can confirm and see exactly what's going on. But this is a confirmed tornado touching down just a few minutes ago into the town of Dunlap and doing damage to at least one home there. So I'm watching this from the tower camera there on the west side of Emporia, and I still just can't see it. You know, it's just not picking it out there as I look to the northwest. Look a little farther to the left there. It might come out from behind the tower in a moment. That's a possibility, but that's a confirmed tornado. So Bashong and Dunlap, you're in danger now in those areas with a confirmed tornado touching down just a few minutes ago in southeast Morris County and now moving into the northwest part of Lyon County. So if you're in Emporia, we're also watching a storm to your southwest that's heading in your direction across Marion and Chase counties. There's a new one down there, as a matter of fact. This one's got a confirmed tornado with it that's closer to Darlington and Newton. So there's another tornado warning that's down that's heading toward Emporia. So Emporia, heads up. You may be dealing with tornado warnings soon. Right now, it's not heading toward Emporia, but you could have one soon. For Topeka, again, this is a tornado warning that includes all the city. The rotation of this is showing up right there, a few miles northeast of Dover. As we zoom in more closely here, I'll show you exactly where this thing is located on our radar. It's almost to Lake Sherwood, as a matter of fact. So the distance of that, we're going to have it maybe 5 miles southwest of Lake Sherwood. And we'll zoom in even more closely here. And right about there, so you're looking at, what do we have? We've got Southwest 29th, and Pleasant Valley School is there. We've got, let's see, Topeka Reformed Presbyterian Church. And again, we have Eric Ives, who's storm chasing down in the area right now. I'm going to bring him up and see what his feed looks like, but he's getting very close to that position at this point from where he's at. So he's passing I-70. Passing I-70 now. Yeah, he's going south on Auburn Road. He just passed I-70. He's on Auburn Road heading south toward the storm right now. So he's in the right spot or the wrong spot, depending on your perspective on this. But Eric's been doing this for a long time, so he'll stay safe. But he's heading directly toward that storm. So if he sees it, I've got eyes on him very well here as well. So Eric Ives is storm chasing that and heading south on Auburn Road right now to check that out. All right, so that's what we've got there for Shawnee County. And so Topeka, we should be taking shelter. The tornado warning goes until 7:15. This storm has had a tornado confirmed before. It has not been confirmed recently, but the storm has produced confirmed tornadoes before. And it is moving into the city here in the next few minutes. So in Topeka, this is dangerous. We have potential tornado moving into the city. I would not say it's not a high-end tornado. This isn't the biggest one I've ever seen or something like that. I don't want to give you that impression, but it is potential tornado, and it's a storm that has produced tornadoes. So please take this seriously as it moves closer to us. Around Dover is probably passing you by at this point, but in Topeka, it's still a couple of minutes out. It's still maybe 5 minutes away from making it to Lake Sherwood, and another 8 minutes until it gets up to the 470. All right, so from downtown Topeka, looking out from the Cyrus Hotel, this is the view, and we're starting to get severe wind here at the station. I can hear it outside. You can see again that kind of horseshoe shape of this as we're looking south from the Midland Exterior Skycam network from downtown, from 10th and Kansas. You see that dangerous cloud moving right over the city now. And again, if there's a tornado in there, it's embedded back in all of this. But we're hearing the strong wind hitting the TV station right now. And, I'm not saying it's tornadic out there or something like that, but the tornado warning is here. And if you're in town, you need to take shelter now. We got it's Doppler radar estimated, but that's it. All right. And I can hear the wind out there, and you can see it on the camera whipping across there from the west going east. That's the storm. That's a tornado warning moving over Topeka right now. So that's the view on the west side of town from a potential tornado. I'm going to check this for debris. But again, if you're in Topeka, take shelter now. That's the storm. It's here. I'm going to try to pick out exactly where the rotation is at on this. So in Topeka, again, we have a tornado warning. This area of strong wind is now getting into the west side of town. And on the velocity here, let's check out and see where the rotation is hard to pick out, frankly. Let's pick it out on this bigger area and see what the Weather Service says. They say 6:43 is 9 minutes ago. They still had it located 5 miles northeast of Dover. So that was a few minutes ago, almost 10 minutes ago. So going back there, they had this at northeast of Dover. So that'll be moving into the west side of town right now is where this is going to be if it's in there. Let's check. Go ahead, Mitchell.
If it's just there, I think it probably would be where this notching feature is, if I can get up. There's a notching feature right now just to the southwest of Huntoon Street near Cornerstone Community Church, southwest 21st Street, Airplane Circle, to the south of Wanamaker Elementary, just near the corridor where I-70 and I-470 meet. And usually I see these when you have winds going in and then you have winds going out. So it's looking like the feature is somewhere right there right now, or somewhere along that line. But it's starting to rain really loud here at the station and get very windy. So that may be indicative that it is nearby, and that may hold proof to that.
And there's some hail with this too. All right, come back to me, guys. So the storm that's in Lyon County, that looks like debris to me that's close to Dunlap and Allen showing up on the radar. So this storm is north of Emporia, but still a confirmed tornado with this one. This is in the northwest part of Lyon County.
That would be P to marble size hail.
Okay. All right, thank you. Melissa Brunner is telling us that the hail's about marble size outside. So the Weather Service was confirming this tornado still a few minutes ago. But this, Allen, Admire, Bashong, you should all be taking shelter right now in the northwest part of Lyon County. This may be some debris that's flying there in Lyon County. So please take shelter there if you're in the northwest and north central part of Lyon County. That potential tornado looks like it's very close to just south of Bashong, moving toward Allen and Admire. It did some damage in Dunlap a few minutes ago, and now it's moving northeast. So eventually Burlingame and Osage City may have to deal with this. The city of Emporia too, you're watching storms over here coming out of Chase County because you may be dealing with tornado warnings soon in your area as well. Now the storm there in Emporia looking north from the Washburn University camera, they sponsor the camera that's in Emporia, of course, and we appreciate it. We get a good look at the sky there. This is looking to the north in Emporia right now from the west side of town. This is near Highway 50 Industrial Road is the location there, looking north toward the Allen and Admire areas, and you can see the dark cloud there. But if this is a tornado, it is rain wrapped, but it looks like on radar there very well may be at least some debris in that area showing up on radar. So it's a dangerous storm. Allen, Admire, you should be taking shelter. The rotation has stayed north of Americus. It is north of Emporia, but those areas the northwest, north central part of Lyon County, that's a dangerous storm that's moving through your area right now. Let's go back over and look at Topeka. We're going to look from the downtown, from 10th and Kansas, from the Midland Exterior Skycam network, and the view there. You can see the heavy rain moving into the city there, and I'm going to bring up the view from Eric Ives, who's storm chasing, and he is still on Auburn Road, just south of I-70 where he's located. It's his Facebook live feed there, and whatever this is obscured by rain. So where he is there, he can't see the rotation from that spot. All right, so on the radar again, we're seeing the rotation getting into town now. It would have just passed past 470, and the Weather Service has cropped off the warning now, so the backside of it's been removed. But that is the latest update on this. So let's read the exact warning from the National Weather Service and what they're saying here. They say just a moment ago, remains in effect, eastern Shawnee, west central Douglas. 6:55, they saw tornado potential over South Topeka, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. So they see it over the south side of town is where they're seeing this. So we'll check out the velocity here. And they're going to probably see this area right here is my guess. That part of town is where they see a potential tornado. So that's where the spin is going to be on radar. I'm going to try to pick that out on KDOT. It's got several cameras through Topeka and see if those have anything wild going on in the cities. The south side of Topeka is where they're seeing this, pretty close to the Frito plant and just north of Mars is where that's going to be. So from KDOT, we'll just travel down 470 and we'll go at, let's see. This is 470 at 21st. That's at Wanamaker. And as we go farther down, there's a Fairlawn, 470 at Gage. This is close to where it would be, 470 south, south of Gage. And that's the area where this would be. So I don't see any debris flying or anything like that. But again, that's where this is going to be. This part of town is where that would be if, in fact, we have a tornado that's touching down from this. So that's where it would be. And I haven't heard any reports of damage in Topeka. I haven't seen any storm spotter reports of anybody saying this thing is down. But take it serious. All right, so the risk for tornado is going to continue, the Weather Service is saying here. So again, Topeka still in this tornado warning. The rotation is on the south side of the city, probably close to 470 and Highway 75 that come together on the south side of town, that area. So it'll be moving toward Lake Shawnee, kind of toward downtown. You'd be in this and across the middle of town. The Burnett's Mound area would be close to rotation as well. Of course, that historic place for tornadoes. Down to the south, in Lyon County, this is still a confirmed tornado by the National Weather Service. Bushong, Allen, Admire. Please take shelter. This rotation looks more impressive than it did a moment ago. It is right there. The debris on this was showing what looks suspicious to me that may be debris. We do have a report that it did do damage around Dunlap a little while ago, and the indications there, you don't tend to see that kind of look on the correlation coefficient. I think there may be some debris in that, but anyway, Allen, Admire, Bushong, you should be taking shelter. Upstream, you should be looking, or downstream, I guess, Harveyville, Burlingame, you guys should be watching for this. Melissa, what do you have? No, all right.
Just heavy rain.
All right. All right, perfect. Heavy rain is perfect. No reports of anything damaged is good. But we have reports around Dunlap of damage. We have reports from Alta Vista of damage. We have this tornado that's confirmed to the north part of Lyon County. This storm looks dangerous to me. And again, Allen, Admire, Bushong, you guys should be taking shelter right now in these areas with that confirmed tornado warning that's in place across the northern part of Lyon County. And I'm going to check and see if we have any more pictures coming in from viewers on WIBW.com. And nothing too wild yet. Okay, so let's see, what does Eric have now? Eric's still driving. Okay, so again, confirmed tornado warning for the northern part of Lyon County. Please take shelter up here. If you're in Allen, Admire, Bushong, you've got to take shelter right now. Looking from the camera there, we'll see if the lighting has changed any, or maybe the tornadoes come out from behind the tower, and that's going to be the threat right there. It is right in the middle of that shot. So now we're looking kind of to the northeast of Emporia. There's your lowering in this. So up around Allen, Admire, you guys are in danger with this. The rotation is just southeast of Bushong, and that's it, kind of straight north of Emporia. That is the dangerous part of this, and I can't see a tornado in there. I won't say that I will, but I can see the lowering there in the middle of it, and that's the dangerous part of the storm that did cause some damage a few minutes ago around Dunlap. We had at least one home that was damaged there by the tornado. So that's where it's going to be, straight north of Emporia. Allen and Admire, you should be taking shelter right now. And then the folks in Emporia, you need to be watching the storms coming out of Chase County and Marion County because they've had tornado warnings with them, confirmed tornadoes from time to time. And most likely that will start moving over toward folks in Emporia as the evening goes on. All right, so for Topeka, again, this is a Doppler radar estimated tornado warning, and we had it touch down earlier near Alta Vista. This storm is the one that produced a tornado near Alta Vista earlier, and right now it's Doppler radar estimated over the city, the south side of the city, very close to where 470 and 75 come together, and that potential tornado will be heading for downtown over to the Lake Shawnee area, and they have this tornado siren sounding all across town. Mitchell, what do you have?
We did get a submission of a funnel earlier from southeast Morris County on our weather page.
Okay. All right.
It's on page 2.
I can't find it at the moment. Okay, so we had a funnel cloud that was a picture of that in Morris County a little while ago, and that's the one that's producing this confirmed tornado here that's near Allen and Admire. Allen and Admire, you guys should be taking shelter right now. The velocity on this was showing a very well-defined rotation just southeast of Bashong. What's that? Okay. Are you guys able to take Melissa on the touchboard?
They can just take this full.
Take the touchboard full, if you guys can. Bridge. If you can do that, please do. All right, so Bashong, that's the funnel.
Well, I don't know if it's there yet. Hey, Grandma.
Yeah.
Jake, where's it at?
Okay, so that's the tornado that touched down near Dunlap earlier. So this is when it touched down near Dunlap, causing some damage to at least one home there. And then now that's the tornado that's in the north part of Lyon County. So we had that's a tornado. That's what it is. They thought it might be a funnel. They're trying not to overstate it, but sometimes if it looks like a tornado, it is. So that's a tornado that touched down in the southeast part of Morris County, and now is in the north part of Lyon County. So it's hard to see those when they're wrapped in rain, of course. But that is a tornado just a few minutes ago in the southeast part of Morris County. All right, take me back to the radar, please. So that storm that produced that tornado is right here. That southeast Bashong, a couple miles, almost to Allen and Admire. If you're in Allen and Admire, you should be taking shelter now. You have a potential tornado that's touched down, did some damage in Dunlap, and is now moving to the northeast. And Allen and Admire, you're in the path of that, and you could be impacted by that. So you need to take shelter there right now. That did touch down earlier in the southeast part of Morris County. So getting close to Admire now. Again, it's a confirmed tornado warning with this, and that's a dangerous storm. That's going to start moving over toward Burlingame and Osage City, and there's a very high probability of seeing a tornado warning issued, probably another one for southeast Wabaunsee, and then the northwest part of Osage County is going to be probably included in that as well, but that one's not falling apart by any means. All right, Topeka is now out of the tornado warning. So in Topeka, if you're taking shelter, now you can come out of shelter. So the tornado warning has been canceled for Topeka. There's been no indication now on radar that this is touching down as a tornado in the city. Of course, there are all kinds of people in town that would see it if it was doing something. So in Topeka, great news, we are out of the tornado warning. So if you're in Topeka, you can come out of the shelter. We still have 70-mile-per-hour winds possible with this, which certainly it's looked that strong at times across the city, but it is not a tornado warning anymore for Topeka. Topeka is now out of the tornado warning. So great news there. Let's check out the view from downtown from 10th and Kansas from our Midland Exterior Skycam network, as the severe wind is likely getting into downtown Topeka at this point. So there is the storm downtown, and strong winds there. I'm not sure if they're quite up to 70 miles per hour in that shot looking downtown. And tilt this down a little bit and see what it looks like. All right. I'm going back to Emporia, actually. Here we go. So back to Emporia. This storm is showing up better here on the camera. So around Admire, that's where this rotation is now. But I'm seeing the rotation, the camera's picking this up a bit better, looking to the north from Emporia. So near Allen and Admire, that rotation showing up. Is that a new tornado warning?
Yeah, they shifted it south, actually. Really now includes Allen to Osage City to Redding. So north of Melbourne Lake, if you live anywhere north of Melbourne Lake, from Melbourne Lake to around Osage City and to even Burlingame, y'all need to get in that safe spot right now because y'all are in that tornado warning, and it will be headed towards the direction of Linden on Highway 75. If you can switch to the screen, I can show you. Right here. As you can see right here, we have this tornado warning, that has shifted a little bit to the south. This is where your tornado would be, right here near Allen and Bushong, but it's moving towards the east-northeast along Highway 56. Will cross 335 or the Turnpike, and then will impact areas from Reading to Osage City up to Burlingame. So y'all all want to get in that safe spot. Let's do a cone track for this storm as well. And past the warning, it would be impacting areas near Linden as well. But let's do a track. Lynn State Fishing Lake and Wildlife Area 716, y'all need to be in that safe area. Reading and Reading Elementary School, safe area at 723. 726, Stotler Church, Osage Medical Clinic, Osage City around 7:30, and Osage City Municipal and Eisenhower State Park are around 7:35. Y'all need to get in that safe spot. So a lot going on around there in Lyon and Wabaunsee counties right now.
All right, thank you, Mitchell. So looking north from Emporia, this is the dangerous storm there that's very close to Admire at this time. You should be taking shelter around Admire. This is moving into Osage County. As Mitchell just mentioned, and it has a new tornado warning with it. We were saying that a little while ago that most likely we'd see this extended farther upstream. Of course, that's not a surprise when it's a confirmed tornado. Now the tornado warning going into Osage County is Doppler indicated. So if they give us a Doppler radar indicated tornado downstream, then that means that they're not as convinced that it's down with the last warning there. So, but that's the area where we have potential tornado that either is touching down or could touch down at any time in those areas. All right, so the tornado warning still continuing for Osage County there, going until 7:45. It includes Lyon County, includes Osage County. It doesn't include Emporia. It does include Osage City. It does include Linden. You're in this. And then downstream here, we've got the storms in the southern part of Chase County, Marion County. This activity is moving toward Emporia. So Emporia, you have stayed out of the tornado warning so far, but very likely you'll have something like this coming very soon. So right now, we don't have Emporia in a tornado warning, but you probably are going to have at least a strong storm or severe storm moving through Emporia within the next couple of hours here. So again, I'm watching this storm that is to the north of Emporia, very close to Admire, and moving toward Reading and Osage City. There is the storm, the worst part of it, the lowering of this, as we can see it there from the Washburn University sponsored camera there on the north side of Emporia. And again, this is hard to pick out if there's a tornado in there, but certainly that's where the rotation is. It'll be right in there. We did see tornadoes touching down earlier around Alta Vista and near Eskridge. We had tornadoes touching down earlier, but these are all going to be rain wrapped at times and just difficult to pick them out. So, but that storm straight north of Emporia is still dangerous. Admire, you should be taking shelter right now. Osage City, you should be taking shelter in the next few moments. You know, it's coming your way. It's Doppler radar indicated at this time, but still that storm is dangerous. It's moving toward Osage County. All right, in Topeka, the rotation is no longer concern from the National Weather Service here. They're saying 70-mile-per-hour winds are possible with this, and they're taking this warning over into Jefferson County. So Oskaloosa, Ozaukee, Valley Falls, McLouth. You're in a severe storm warning until 8 o'clock. 70-mile-per-hour winds are expected with this, and that storm has a history of producing tornadoes. So in Jefferson County, that's the storm you have coming your way. Douglas County, same thing. That includes Lawrence over to Clinton Lake. The south side, the southeast part of Shawnee County, still in this warning for winds to 70 miles per hour. The southeast part of Jackson County in this too for winds to 70 miles per hour. Up to the north, this was hail the size of tennis balls. Now we're down to nickel-size hail and winds to 60 near Morrill, Reserve, Sabetha, and Fairview. That's what you've got with this storm, and it is not as strong as it was down the line here. We've got the tornado warning in Lyon County. It's moving toward Osage County. And if you're in Osage City, you should be taking shelter right now. Osage County, please take shelter right away. You have potential tornado that is straight to your west, and that's how it looks on the camera. As you look out from the Washburn University camera there on the west side of Emporia, looking northeast, and the direction I'm looking there, I can see the wind farm near Redding. If you can see those little spots there, kind of in the right middle of your screen on the horizon, those are the wind. That's the wind farm, and just the dark cloud you see there in the middle. That's where I'm watching to see if I can pick this thing out touching down. But that is the potential tornado. That's heading right at Osage City, and this has done damage. We had this touch down and damage a home in Dunlap a little while ago with a likely tornado. That's what this storm is. So you're seeing that lowering right there, right here. This may be a funnel cloud right there. I'm not sure, but right there ahead of this, as it's moving toward Osage City, that is a dangerous storm that could produce a tornado at any time. So I'll zoom more closely there and see if I can actually see that thing if it's spinning, and it's got some rotation to it there. That's not convincing that it's getting down, but that does have some spin to it. You can see the heavier rain starting to catch up to it, and in a moment that'll be hidden behind the cloud. So that's the kind of thing we have, is once the rain starts to get between the camera and the cloud, it's even harder to pick it out. But that is heading toward Osage City, and you really have just a few minutes before it arrives. So if you are there, you need to take shelter right now in Osage City, as that is a dangerous storm that's coming out of Lyon County and moving into Osage County shortly. Folks around Redding, I think that's going to be just north of you, the rotation of that, yes. So Redding is in the tornado warning, but the rotation of that probably staying just north of you. Okay, so there is an update from this warning. This one expires at 7:15. I'm going to see if they're just saying they're canceling, or if they're just mentioning they're continuing the new one. Okay, so capable of producing a tornado. This is from 7:05. This is 8 minutes ago, so that's old information. But the rotation of that either way is very close to Admire. That is a dangerous storm that's going to be in Osage City in just the next few minutes here. So in Osage City, please take shelter right now. You have a potential tornado heading for you. This is it right here. Just to the southeast of Allen, getting very close to Redding, or Admire. But I really think that if you're in Redding, this is going to go north of you. Mitchell, what do you have?
So I have the Emporia camera up right now, and you can see that satellite rotation that we did have.
Turn on Mitchell's mic. Turn your mic, sorry.
Sorry. Is it on now? You can see the satellite rotation, or this may be the rotation itself, as you can see kind of as it inches its way lower and lower right now. But we do have that wall cloud out there, and then we have this rotation of sorts that we are seeing currently from our Washburn University Skycam in Emporia. So that's something we need to watch out for, as we have been watching, but need to watch out further for.
All right, thank you, Mitchell. All right, let's check out the radar again here. So for folks that are in Emporia, we've got to watch for this stuff down here. This is a different situation. What we've got here is a line of a dangerous winds and large hail, and the Weather Service has got a warning for a big area there. So we'll see what that actually does, but it's kind of making its way to the east-southeast. So Emporia, we've got to keep an eye on you, this stuff that's just to your west-southwest, because that's going to become a problem for Emporia eventually. Right now, the most dangerous storm is north of Emporia, and I really think that for folks in Redding, this will stay north of you, fortunately. I showed you on the tower camera a moment ago, you could see the wind farm off to the right. That doesn't mean that the wind farm is the shot. That doesn't mean the tornado is right there. It can be many miles away. So we're looking 15, 20 miles away from that camera in this case. But I really think this rotation will stay north of Redding. But Osage City, I'm concerned about you. I'm very concerned about you with this. This thing has touched down several times. This is a strong sign of rotation in this storm, and it is moving right at Osage City right now. So Osage City, heads up, guys. This potential tornado is heading your way, and it has done damage already. So the distance on this from Osage City to the dangerous part of the storm, looking at it's about 10 miles away, and it's moving east at 30 miles per hour. So you've got just a couple of minutes before the thing would arrive. I'm going to check out the velocity on this. I think that the Topeka radar is still been taking a beating, so it's not updating very often. the Topeka radar is not updating very often, so we're having to go and check out the Wichita site and the Kansas City site to pick out the data. So the rotation on that there, as we look, this is going to be from, let's see, is that Kansas City or is that Wichita? This is from the Wichita radar, and it's showing the rotation there close to Admire. As we look at the Kansas City radar here, you can see it's also pretty close to Admire. The Topeka radar shows the rotation is still back here, southeast of Bashong. So the Topeka radar is updating once in a while. It's taken some damage. The storms have damaged Topeka National Weather Service single site radar. So if you're trying to look at this on Topeka radar as a single site, you're going to get data that's several minutes old. This thing is not over there near Bashong at this point. It is working its way right down Highway 78 and heading toward Osage City. So around Osage City, please take shelter now. Please, I'm serious. Like if you're around Osage City and you're thinking maybe I'll take shelter a minute, go take shelter now. Grab the kids, grab the helmets, whatever. Get to your basement, lowest level of your house. Get away from windows. Osage City, you're in danger here. You are in danger in Osage City. I want you to take shelter for me, please. It's going to be if you're in Redding, it's 15 years ago is when we had the big tornado hit Redding. In May 21st of 2011. So this is going to stay north of Redding. Redding, I'm not saying you're out of the tornado warning, but I'm telling you the tornado is going to stay north of you. If you're in Osage City, you're right here. That's the tornado right here, crossing Highway 99 near Admire. It's heading straight toward Osage City, and it doesn't have anything really south of it to take away the energy for it. So if we had a situation where there's storms down here, I wouldn't be as worried about Osage City. I might think it could start to collapse or die down. It's right now a Doppler indicated radar from the Weather Service, but that's a very strong sign of rotation. And we're looking at radars that are far away. We're looking from the Kansas City radar and the Wichita radar, a composite between those two, and still picking out something that's obvious of a rotation from that far away. So Osage City, please take shelter right now. This thing did some damage around Dunlap earlier. At least one home was damaged badly by this. We don't know how bad it is right now. I don't have eyes on it that I'm aware of that are over there in that area. I'm going to check and see if Doug Crisp has got a feed going. I hope he does. He might be in that area, so we'll see if he's chasing this thing. But again, Osage City, you're the area I'm the most concerned about right now. All right, so Doug is in that area. So I'm going to be watching him. I don't think he's quite to it yet, but we got Doug Crisp's feed, and this is him. I'm going to bring him up here and just see that we've got him on the feed here. So Doug Crisp is chasing this, and I'm going to find out exactly where he is. But he's chasing this storm, and he's getting closer to it. So that's his feed right now. He's got it on Facebook Lives where he's got his feed right now there. But if this touches down, we'll get a look with him at what that's doing. But again, if you're there in Osage City, you are in the most danger of anybody in northeast Kansas from what I see. Is that an updated image from the Topeka radar, or is that from somebody else?
No, this is an image from Wichita.
Okay, all right. So Topeka radar is still down, is what's happening here. So we're going to composite radar is what I'm doing here, and what you'll see there is that this rotation on this is getting closer to Osage City. Redding, I think that you're fine from this. You're still going to see strong storm, probably some strong winds, but the most dangerous part of this by far is heading toward Osage City. I'm going to see if the Weather Service has updated this warning recently and see what the text is here. But again, they have this as Doppler radar indicated. They don't have this as confirmed. And their last update was 15 minutes ago on this, is what I'm seeing. So I don't have an update from the Weather Service on what they're thinking here. But again, Osage City and surrounding area, you're in danger. There's no way around that. It's going to be going over toward Pomona, Linden, Overbrooks downstream from this. Burlingame, you're going to take some hail from this, but the potential for a tornado is going very close to Osage City. All right, so this storm that just moved through Topeka, now we're seeing damaging winds getting into Ozaukee and Oskaloosa, Winchester, Valley Falls. This is 60-mile-per-hour winds with this storm. It's moving through Jefferson County here. McLouth, Lecompton. You're going to be dealing with strong straight-line winds with this. If you're at Perry Lake, or you have friends and family at Perry Lake, it's time to head in. And let's see, looks like All right. Tornado likely on the ground south of Admire. Okay. South of Admire, they think there's a tornado on the ground right now. So we'll go back to the radar here, and again, this is the composite. So we don't have the Topeka radar is down. So south of Admire could also be, southeast of Admire, but somewhere right in this area is where it looks like we have a confirmed tornado now, and most likely we're going to see the radar update in a moment here to indicate that. Osage City, you're in the path of what is almost surely a tornado right now. It's very likely we have a tornado that's heading toward Osage City. I'm going to get the motion on this and the what time we think it will arrive. But Osage City, I'm telling you guys, you're in danger now. So there it is. We've got the motion on this east at 30 miles per hour, and the distance on that looks like it's about 8 miles now.
I got a storm track over here.
Go ahead, take Mitchell. Go ahead.
All right, so let's take a look at the storm track around Miller 723. You need to be in that safe spot. That's just about now, so you have already needed to be in that safe spot. Osage Medical Clinic 735, Osage City. If you live in Osage City, you will want to get in that safe spot right now because it's just around 10 minutes out. Around Osage City Middle School 736, Linden downstream 748. Y'all will want to be in that safe spot around Highway 75 and 748 around Pomona Lake. Y'all will want to be in that safe spot as well. And Rubo School 750. If y'all are getting in that safe spot, you also want to make sure to have that bicycle helmet, maybe a mattress or some pillows, and make sure to get in that interior-most room away from walls and windows. Not just a room indoors, that interior-most room away from walls and windows. And so I'm going to toss it back to you, Jeremy.
All right, thank you, Mitchell. So Osage City, you're in danger right now. There's just no way around that. As Mitchell said, you have a few minutes here, maybe just over 10 minutes before this arrives. So that rotation is, the Weather Service says it's just south of Admire is where they think that there's a confirmed tornado, and that's going to be crossing the turnpike right now.
That radar scan updated a little bit and shows a little bit of green and red going back and forth.
Yeah, so we've got the rotation on that, and that's, that's zoom it out a little bit so I can see that a little better.
It's just south of Stotler Church.
Is it south of Admire? It's east of Admire.
Yeah, just to the east of the turnpike.
Okay, so near the turnpike there, either way, this is Osage City needs to be taking shelter. If you're in Osage City, I want you taking shelter, please. You can yell at me later if you want to, or email me nasty things, or comment on Facebook posts and say whatever you want to. That's just fine. All right, so let's look out from the Emporia camera again. This is looking almost more to the east, northeast there, and it's going to be really hard to pick it out at from that angle. So I just want to give it a try, but we have a confirmed tornado almost for sure there that is just to the southeast of Admire, going across the turnpike in the last few moments, and it is heading toward Osage City. We need people in Osage City to take shelter right now. If you are in Osage City, please take shelter now. And again, we're having trouble with the Topeka National Weather Service radar is not updating, and so we're having to use radars from Kansas City and from Wichita because the Topeka radar has either taken a power hit or has taken a beating of some sort. We'll see if it needs to be repaired or if it's just a plug it back in kind of situation. But for now, what we have is we're having to use a radar that's not as great as it was because of the storm. The storm has done some damage to equipment here, it looks like. But Osage City, I'm going to say over and over again, you should take shelter right now. This is coming towards you. It is almost surely a tornado that's on the ground. It has just crossed over the turnpike and is moving along Highway 56 or close to it, heading eastward toward Osage City. So Admire, probably dealing with some hail now, and the storm is probably weakening over Admire. But the worst part of this is working its way close to Highway 56 east of Admire and is almost to Osage City. Osage City, you have just a couple of moments here. I really want Isaac to put out a push notification for Osage City to take shelter. So Osage City, I want you guys to take shelter. If Isaac, you're hearing me, I want Osage City to take shelter. New tornado warning. Another one. So now we are in Lyon County again, and this is going to be a new storm. And we mentioned this a couple times ago that we had storms that were coming in from the west toward Lyon County. So here is the newest tornado warning across the southern part of Lyon County, and this one also goes around Emporia. So Emporia is not in this tornado warning, it's just south of you. But the Weather Service says that they see a potential tornado 10 miles southeast of Cottonwood Falls, moving east at 25 miles per hour. So they're saying again that is 10 miles southeast of Cottonwood Falls, moving east at 25. So Cottonwood Falls there, let's do the distance from you. And so 10 miles southeast Cottonwood Falls, you're looking at right about there, and it's moving to the east into the southwest part of Lyon County. So that storm we're going to have a pretty good look at as it comes in too. So you know, from Lyon County, from Emporia, we can look southwest into it, and this is another one that's really covered in rain. So, but this one is also Doppler radar indicated at this point. But as we look southwest from Emporia, in Emporia, you are not in this tornado warning. If the Weather Service felt like that Emporia is going to be hit by this, they would put you in the warning. But that's looking to the southwest from Emporia. So we can see the lowering there that's coming into the southwest part of Lyon County. And again, if the Weather Service thought Emporia was in danger, they would put you in the tornado warning. They wouldn't be shy about putting you in the thing. So there's the rotation. I can see it right there in the middle of that shot from the Washburn University camera there on the southwest side of Emporia, and I can pick that one out real easy. So that's it right there, and I don't see it down, but I definitely see the lowering on this, that's southwest of Emporia. That's a pretty easy one to pick out, so we know where that one's at. And again, that's going to be moving toward areas like Olpe, and it's going to be moving just south of Emporia. It does not look like that's going to hit Emporia. As a matter of fact, it's very unlikely that it would. But that's a tornado warning now issued for the southern part of Lyon County. That's going to include folks around Olpe and just south of the airport there in Emporia. Now, what is this long thing? They put out a confirmed tornado warning for a bunch of counties down here, it looks like. What is this? All right. Got to read this one for sure. And it's going to be, this is for Chase, Butler, Greenwood, and Sedgwick. And they say tornado-producing storms are located along a line from 14 miles south of Cottonwood Falls near Potwin to near Valley Center, moving southeast at 20. So what they are seeing there is they have issued a tornado warning just for a big old area, and it's not necessarily the WIBW viewing area, but they've just taken this whole area right there, I'm circling in white, and they say they see confirmed tornadoes in there, and they're concerned about that whole area, seeing tornadoes in that line. So that's a really big kind of vague tornado warning, but you know, that's what they're seeing is danger for a lot of people in that area. So they warned for a big area because they have a concern for that whole area. All right, so back here on the radar, I'm going to check and see if the single side is updated again. This is the composite Osage City. You are in danger. Osage City, I want you taking shelter right now. You've got a potential tornado moving towards you right now. This is a touchdown for sure, at least near Dunlap, and it looks like on the radar it's probably down right now. It's crossed over the Kansas Turnpike, and it's moving toward Osage City right now, at least very close to you. So if you're in Osage City, I've been saying this one for a while, but please take shelter right now in and around Osage City. You are in danger. That is a tornado almost for sure, and that's from looking from a couple of composite radars that are far away that still are picking this thing out as easily as it is. And the Topeka radar now has gone completely dark, so it is just absolutely down now. So I'm going to save this thing without the Topeka radar on it because now we know it is completely gone. There's an update on the tornado warning. They have cropped off some of it, but still Osage City is in the middle of this. And let's treat this like a confirmed tornado, please. So if you're in Osage City, this is really close to you right now. And the warning specifically says here, they issued this in the last few seconds. They say potential tornado near Osage City moving east at 45 miles per hour. So Osage City right now, you got to take shelter right now. This is, you know, because the radars One of the radars is down. The one in Topeka, it's near Alma, is down. So we can't get this quite as accurate as we normally can with a radar. But Osage City, you are very close to a tornado, almost surely confirmed. Take shelter now, Osage City. Mitchell,
And the velocity signature from Wichita, which may be off by a couple miles, is just along State Highway 31 and also currently Highway 130. I'm pretty sure that's what it says, but it's just along State Highway 31 and the highway that heads up vertically through Osage City. So if you live anywhere along there, you want to get in that safe spot, State Highway 31 and along 170, y'all want to get in that safe place right now, as that's just about to pass over if it hasn't already.
All right, thank you, Mitchell. So again, Osage City, you're in danger right now. I strongly encourage you to take shelter. Osage City, Linden, you should be ready to take shelter. You're not in the tornado warning just yet. You're right over here. This is moving to the east and is very likely to affect you shortly here. So as we zoom in more closely on this, we've got this Highway 31, there's Highway 56 here, and it's moving straight down Highway 56 from the west toward Osage City. So, I don't have eyes on it at this point. I'm watching a couple of different storm chasers, but because of the position of it and it's rain wrapped, we're just not getting eyes on it at this point. So, but that's almost surely a tornado that's near Osage City. It has a history of touching down, and it may be doing it right now. We just don't have confirmation on it. But Osage City, I strongly encourage you, please take shelter right now there. In Shawnee County, there's a new warning that's been issued a few minutes ago here. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for winds of 60 miles per hour near Wakarusa up to Forbes Field. That's going to be moving northeast toward the Lake Shawnee part of town, again toward the Frito plant area, Mars, and then over toward Tecumseh. You'll be in this. That's winds to 60 miles per hour. That storm does not look like it has any tornado potential at all, but something to watch. Up north, this one still has nickel-sized hail near Hiawatha, and it is not a tornado potential up to the north. The tornado potential now looks like it's confined to these areas farther to the south. For Lyon County, we still have a tornado warning for the south part of the county going until 8:15, and this includes Olpe. It does not include the city of Emporia. This is a Doppler radar indicated tornado as well, and that one is it's definitely going to stay south of Emporia. And we'll try looking at it again, and this one is becoming pretty, because of the position of it, because the camera is north of the rain shield here. I'm not going to be able to see it really well, but we can see the leading edge of it. There we go. All right, so we see the updraft there, this part of the storm there, and if it's a tornado, it's right here. So it's moving toward Olpe at this point, and that does have a tornado warning with it. And in Emporia, you're going to see heavy rain. You could even see some hail out of this, but the dangerous part of it, the potential tornado, is going to be right down here with this updraft from this. It goes more than 40,000 feet up in the atmosphere, and then you have what would be probably a rain-wrapped tornado in this, if in fact it does if it does touch down. So that's looking straight south from the west side of Emporia, from our tower camera there, with a dangerous storm, under the dangerous storm that's located there in Lyon County. So the tornado looks like it's almost surely on the ground, is this thing that's near Osage City. And Osage City, within the next few moments, we'll know if you have damage there or not. But in Osage City, there's looks like almost surely a tornado that's touched down there or is very close to you. So on the composite radar here, again, we're having to kind of use different radars because the Topeka radar has been damaged in some way. There it is. So Osage City, we want you to take shelter right now. You are very close to or in a tornado at this point. It's moved right down Highway 56. It's going to move over toward Linden, and there's a high likelihood the Weather Service will continue this warning farther east over into the eastern part of Osage County, and ultimately be looking at this getting into Franklin County as well. So Ottawa will be into the town to watch for this. Of course, Ottawa just hit not that long ago. I'm not saying you will be again, but Ottawa has to watch for this just in case, because it is it's going that direction. So Osage City, we've been calling you out for a while. I hope that you're taking shelter in Osage City. Linden, you're not in the tornado warning just yet, but it's a safe bet right now that you would be in the next few minutes. This warning goes until 7:45. So within 9 minutes, they'll have to decide what to do with this warning. And at that point, it's probably going to be just on the edge, if not out of the warning it's in. But Linden, it's a real strong bet to say that Linden, you'll be in a tornado warning here in the next few minutes. Again, we had a tornado warning earlier for Shawnee County. That's no longer in place. There's a severe storm warning that is close to Montara, to the Forbes Field area, to Wakarusa, right down Highway 75, with winds of 60 miles per hour and hail the size of $50 possible with that. The tornado warning near Osage City. This is a dangerous storm. I strongly encourage you to take shelter. This looks like a confirmed tornado, and it has for a while. This storm near Opie, that could have a tornado with it. It is awfully close to Opie at this point. We encourage you to take shelter right now. You could have a tornado touchdown at any time. That is also a very dangerous storm that is near Opie at this point. And I'm going to bring up the Wichita radar there and see what rotation we see. And there it is, just west of Opie. Looks like it's pretty strong rotation, actually. And that's not a confirmed tornado with this. It's a Doppler radar indicated tornado, but that's a dangerous storm that's straight to the south of Emporia right now. And from Emporia, this is the view as we look from the camera there from Industrial Road and Highway 50. It's close to the intersection there on the southwest side of town. And we're looking from there straight south, and you can see this upward motion here out ahead of the cloud, or the front of the cloud, and then there's a downpour of rain, and your tornado would be kind of right in there, just almost to Opie right now. But that's a very dangerous storm that's south of Emporia. So Emporia, you're not in the tornado warning, but we can see the structure of that dangerous storm just straight south of town. All right, so Osage City, again, we've been calling you out for a while. I really hope this thing is not down or doing damage there. Looking for updates here. So, all right, there's the new tornado warning just issued. Linden, you're in this. So that's what I mentioned a moment ago, is that you would almost surely be in the next tornado warning, and you are. So Linden, you are in the tornado warning now. And it goes all the way to the east edge of Osage County. This is only in Osage County. It doesn't include any other counties at this point. And my IFB's kind of gone funky here. All right, that's all right. So Linden, you are in a tornado warning now. I'm going to read the text of it to you here. See exactly what the Weather Service is saying about this. So the National Weather Service at 7:38 p.m. they say tornado warning. Osage County, 7:38 p.m. Tornado located over Osage City, moving east at 30 miles per hour. So Osage City, Overbrook, Linden, Burlingame, Scranton, Quennemo, Melbourne, Pomona, you are all in the path. So they say this rotation is right over Osage City right now. And Linden, you are next in the path. And we'll be looking at Pomona Lake in the path as well here in the next few minutes. So if you're at Pomona Lake or have friends or family at Pomona Lake out there hanging out, unless they're storm chasers or not just normal storm spotters, they need to get out of the way. But if these wild storm chasers that seem to drive into storms now, and if you're one of them, then do what you do. But for the rest of us that don't want to get hurt, if you're in Linden, you need to take shelter. If you're at Melbourne Lake, it looks like it's going to stay. I would get out of there. Now, Olivet, this will stay north of you, the worst part of it. But Linden, Quennemo, you are in the path of a potential tornado here. So I really encourage you guys to take shelter right now if you're in those areas. All right, so again, Linden, Osage City. Osage City, you should be taking shelter already. If you weren't already, certainly the sound of the storm outside would encourage you to have done so. But, Osage City still in danger right now. Linden, it's coming your way, and you will be in the path of this shortly. So there's the storm moving east at 30 miles per hour. And we'll put a time of arrival on this from moving to the east at 30. So your rotation right about there, moving east at 30 miles per hour. We're going to put that in Linden at about 7:59. Got this in the Carbolin Park at 8:01. Dragoon Park, Pomona State Park at 8:09 is when we would arrive there. So again, a dangerous storm. Mitchell, what do you have?
Yeah, so I also have that storm track up here, just a little bit more detailed. Osage City, 741, you don't have much time to get in that safe spot. Linden, 754. Pomona Lake, 755. You shouldn't be out on a lake at all right now. There's a lot of lightning across the area, and that is very risky to ever be outdoors, especially in water when we are seeing all of that lightning. Around Mount Pleasant Church, 759. Dragoon Park around 801. Then as we move on, around 8:10 or earlier, depending on how fast this keeps moving, if you're in Quinamo, you want to get in that safe spot right now.
All right, thank you, Mitchell.
Eric's Facebook page is at Highway 75.
Say again, I'm sorry.
Eric's Facebook Live is at Highway 75 and 175th, north of Linden.
Okay. All right, so we've got Eric Ives is storm chasing near Linden is where he is right now. And we're going to bring him up.
No, don't.
Don't bring him up? Okay.
Pausing while he replies to me.
Okay. All right, so Linden. Take shelter now in Linden, please. Osage City, we've been talking to you for a while, and you know, if it didn't convince you to take shelter by now, then the sound outside should have done it. But you know, I hope everybody's okay in Osage City. I really do. I really hope this thing is not touched down there. You know, I've got a feeling we're going to have some damage along Highway 56, west of Osage City, and possibly in town too. Linden, you are close to this. You've got just a couple of minutes before this reaches Linden. All right, so we're tracking this there in Linden. And we've got Eric Ives from WIBW, of course. He ended the feed. Okay, so once Eric puts up his live feed again, he is close to Linden right now, and is watching this potential tornado. So again, if you are there around Linden, I want you to take shelter right now. This is a dangerous storm. It has a tornado warning with it. This storm has a history of damaging homes as a tornado. Near Dunlap, at least. And now it's been working its way from the Dunlap area through the Admire area over to Osage City, and now it's almost to Linden. Linden, you have just a few minutes before this thing would arrive. Next down the line, we have Olpe is in a severe storm warning now. Looks like they're tornado warning. We still have a tornado warning there in southern part of Lyon County. So I need to look at this. And I want to see if I get the severe storm warnings off there, what we've got. So, okay. Looks like they've dropped the tornado warning, or it's expired for the southern part of Lyon County. So southern part of Lyon County, Olpe, is no longer in a tornado warning. We have a confirmed line of tornadoes. They have tornadoes, you know, all over the place apparently, from Greenwood County to Southern Chase down into Butler County. They have several of them along that line. So that's what's going on in that area. But the southern part of Lyon County, that tornado warning that includes the Olpe area is no longer a tornado warning. They have dropped the tornado warning, but they do have it as a significant severe storm warning with a hail up to the size of $half and winds to 70 miles per hour making the way toward Olpe right now. So in Olpe, you know, stay inside, treat this like a tornado really, but you are looking at winds of 70 miles per hour that will arrive in Olpe in the next few moments here. That is a dangerous storm. It has a history of producing some wind damage. And now as we look from Emporia to the south, you know, we had the well-defined updraft there a moment ago. Now you can just see extremely heavy rain. So that storm no longer has a tornado warning with it south of Emporia in the Olpe area. So the most dangerous thing we have by far is this tornado, potential tornado going toward Linden. This storm has a history of producing tornadoes earlier. It did some damage around Dunlap, no doubt. We're going to have some damage, pretty sure, around Admire from this. And as it moves there just to the east of Osage City, it's getting into the Linden area shortly. I'm going to see which radar this is actually that we're picking up here. This is that's the Kansas City radar we're looking at, as a matter of fact. So we're looking at this all the way from Kansas City is a radar that's picking this up. And it's getting closer to it, so it's not terrible to look from that distance. Now let's check out the velocity here. We'll see if the Kansas City radar is doing okay on picking up the velocity. And you know, I see more rotation showing up now farther to the north, as a matter of fact. So I'm going to back this up. And that might be the Topeka radar. That might be old data.
Live video's back.
Okay. All right, so either way, if you're in Linden, please take shelter right now. I'm going to bring up Eric Ives' live video. He is down there around Linden watching this storm. So this is going to be his live video there, and he is very close to this at Highway 75 near Linden right now. So you can follow him, WIBW Eric. He's got a ton of followers there. Was he south or north of town? He's north of Linden, so he's going to be looking through the hail and the rain. And so, you know, if he was south of it, we might see it better. But he's north of the storm, and his winds are still coming in from the south where he's at. He's coming in from the south. So if there's a tornado to this, it's going to be just off to his right here is where the tornado would be. Once the tornado passes, even if it doesn't hit him, the wind will shift. Mitchell, what do you have?
Yeah, so that is a recent scan for Topeka.
Show Mitchell.
That is back up, and there is the notching feature right here, just to the north of Linden along Highway 75, north of Highway 31, north of Osage City right now. So this is
Melissa,
still...
he might be in the path of it then. Tell him that he needs to go north. What's that? Go ahead. Go, Mitchell.
And so if you live anywhere ahead near Highway 75, north of 268, north of 31, really north of Osage City, you definitely want to get in that safe spot right now. Burlingame, you're probably past it, but if you live anywhere ahead along 75, really Pomona Lake, one of those features that I see around Carbolyn Park, you'll also want to get in that safe spot. It's headed right that direction right now, so please get in that safe spot, take all necessary precautions. I'll toss it back to you, Jeremy.
All right, Mitchell, thank you. So watching Eric Ives and his live feed here, and you'll see the wind now has changed direction. It was coming straight from the south a moment ago toward Highway 75. Now the wind is coming from the right or from the west. So if there's a tornado there, it was just south of him, and I don't really want him driving closer to this. You know, but you know, if there's a tornado in this, it was just south of him, and now he's getting closer to this. Oh boy, Eric. Okay, so we're going closer to Linden here. If you're in Linden, take shelter. Please take shelter if you're in Linden or if you're close to Linden. If you're north of Linden, take shelter. We'll have to see if there's any damage here. And I don't really want him getting closer to this from where he's at. All right, so that's Eric's feed. I'm going to keep an eye on him. He needs, he's stopping there. Okay, good. Okay, so again, the tornado warning for that is for Osage County, and whatever is there is past Osage City now. So Osage City is no longer in danger of the tornado. What Mitchell's picking out there a moment ago is it looks like the rotation is farther north in this. So we were looking at this from radars from all the way over in Kansas City and from Wichita. Now the Topeka radar has it, and the rotation is up there. That is significantly farther north than the hook was showing. So right up there. This is south of Scranton and south of Burlingame, so you are okay. Eric needs to move. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. So there, if you're in the Linden, this may stay north of you. Overbrook, I'm more concerned about you now. Burlingame, this is going to stay south of you. That's the potential tornado right in here. I don't think it's down here anymore. It looks like it's farther north, right? You think same thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said you're worried more about Overbrook.
I'm worried about Eric too.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm worried about him.
So I have the times: Pomona Lake 756, 110-mile recreation area 810, 817 for Overbrook. You will want to be in that safe space even sooner than that. And then Santa Fe Trail Schools and Overbrook Attendance Center by 817. Y'all will want to be in that safe space. If you live anywhere near that, I will give it back to Jeremy just as the situation is developing. All
right, so here's Eric's video. He's north of Overbrook, and he's awfully close to where this rotation is. Bring it up on the, it's the wrong thing. Okay, here we go. All right, so again, Linden, go ahead and take shelter in Linden. But if you're in Linden, the rotation is probably going to stay to your north. So we're watching Eric Ives. He's chasing this thing, and he's north of Linden. And the winds have changed direction. They're coming in from the west northwest now. And I really think that if there's a tornado now, it is on the other side of Highway 75. So I think it is past him is what I'm seeing there. So as I check out the velocity there, the radar velocity still shows as being to the west of Highway 75. So let me check this out again. Pomona Lake's in the path of this, and the worst part of the rotation of that looks like it's going to stay north of Linden. So let's bring up the velocity here again. And the rotation of this really looks like it's staying north of Linden. So, but this is still showing it as being west of Highway 75. So I think that the next slide is going to show it being east of 75. I really think it's past 75 at this point. Again, we're getting kind of intermittent radar data coming in because the Topeka radar is damaged. Either damaged or the power's out, something's going on with it. But this rotation is getting closer to Overbrook is where it's getting to now. So we're going to have to depend on the Kansas City radar is going to be the one that's the most useful here. And I got to see if it's updating. There we go. So it's updating, but it's not showing the storm in the right spot. Unless the Topeka radar has got damaged and it's showing stuff, maybe it's showing stuff that's off, that's in the wrong position. I mean, you've got one frame from that velocity and it showed it farther north, I'm unsure as where it is now. So from Linden to Overbrook, you guys should be taking shelter right now. There's almost surely a tornado in this thing, and it's hard to pick out because at least one of the radars has taken some damage here. Topeka radar is near Alma, and it's taken some sort of damage here. We know that. We don't know what the damage is. We got one radar scan in a moment ago that showed the velocity spin was up here, but the other radars, the Kansas City and Wichita, show the radars closer to Linden. And then when I'm watching Eric Ives' feed here, I'm seeing the wind coming in from the northwest already, north of Linden on Highway 75. So it's hard to say exactly where it is here, but Overbrook, Linden, Quinamo, you should be taking shelter right now and treat this like a tornado that's in progress. Again, the radar is just not as great today as it is most days because it's taken a beating of some sort from this storm. But Linden, Overbrook, these areas are in danger. Quinamo, Pomona Lake, that's a dangerous area right now. You should be taking shelter right now as you could be dealing with a potential tornado. Just take shelter, go to the lowest level of your house. If you're in Linden, take lowest level of your house, cover your head, get away from windows, put as many walls as possible between you and the storm, do all those things. And again, that's the view of Eric, who's driving on Highway 75. I think he's going south, closer to Linden at this point. And the winds there still look like they're going from right to left across the highway. So if it's right to left, then I think that the tornado would be to the left of him, and he's not driving toward it, hopefully. So again, the tornado warning, the most important thing here is that you're in tornado warning there in Osage County. It has touched down in the past. Right now it's Doppler radar indicated, according to the Weather Service, but they were saying that it might have been down. All right, so Lyon County's out of the tornado warning you had earlier. The southern part of Lyon County is getting some very strong straight line winds, and we're going to try this velocity again and see what sort of data comes up when I pick out the Topeka radar or the other one. So that's the Topeka radar, which has a rotation very close to Overbrook. So Topeka radar has it close to Overbrook.
And that matches up with Kansas City as well.
Okay, and Southern Lyon's getting a new tornado warning. So Southern Lyon County, you have a new tornado warning. There you go. And this is going to be heading toward Hartford. So this is a new tornado warning. This is a different one. And Hartford, you're in the path of a tornado. Neosho Rapids, you're close to this as well. New Strawn, you're close to this. This is going to include Coffee County and Lyon County. So that's a new tornado warning. And once again, most of Emporia has stayed out of it, but the south part of Emporia is included in the tornado warning. So if you're in Emporia, these areas up here, you're technically in this tornado warning, but I would say the threat is south of you. So if you're in the south part of Emporia and your weather radio is screeching, or you're getting all kinds of updates from your apps, you are probably not going to be dealing with a tornado from this. This threat is farther to the east, close to Hartford. That's where this spin is located. So a new tornado warning has just come out for the eastern part of Lyon County and over into Coffee County. So that's going to go over to New Strawn. It doesn't quite get Burlington. John Redmond Reservoir and the lake over at Wolf Creek, those are in the tornado warning. Wolf Creek itself is in the tornado warning. I'm not trying to scare anybody with that. There's a lot of people there, but Wolf Creek is in the tornado warning. So that is the new tornado warning that's just come out in the last couple of moments here from the National Weather Service, and they say this one looks like it could produce a tornado at any time. And this is going to be moving to the east at 45 miles per hour. So Hartford, you have just a few moments before this would arrive in town. New Strawn, you have maybe 20 minutes for this to arrive. Leabout probably stay south of you, although you could get some hail or strong wind from this. So that's a dangerous storm too. That is not for, like, if you're in Emporia, most people in Emporia are not impacted by this. The southern part of Emporia, we do have some part of town there that is included in this. So these neighborhoods that are south of Highway 50, a lot of you are getting updates now that you're in a tornado warning, and you are. To make you feel a little better, the rotating part of the storm is to your south and moving away from you. So you're probably not going to deal with a tornado here, even though the south part of Emporia, south of Highway 50, many of you are in this tornado warning, but I really think it will stay away from you. So the southern part of Emporia, yes, you're in it. Yes, you should take shelter. No, I don't think it will hit you. Hartford, different thing. Hartford, that is heading towards you. So you are in danger in Hartford. It is dangerous in Neosho Rapids. You should take shelter too. Up the line here, we still have Linden and Quennamo, or Linden Overbrook, certainly should be taking shelter right now because of this potential tornado. This has touched down in the past and could touch down at any time. Over at Pomona Lake, that's also a dangerous place to be. So you should be taking shelter as well here. So we have the two different tornado warnings. One is for Osage County that will ultimately start moving into Douglas County and Franklin County. And the other one is this tornado warning that's near Olpe, that's heading toward Hartford and Neosho Rapids. So this is a dangerous storm in that area as it's moving to the east of Emporia. I'm going to try the KDOT cameras there along I-35 and see if they have anything. And no, not really. Okay. Okay, so the dangerous area here, the rotation on this is right there just southwest of Neosho Rapids. So this is the rotating part of the storm right there. If you are near this, if you're in the just southeast of Emporia, if you're just east of the airport there, you should be taking shelter. This is a dangerous tornado, a dangerous potential tornado. Neosho Rapids, Hartford, this will be on your doorstep in the next few minutes. This is going to be there very shortly. This won't take a long time. It's going 45 miles per hour. It'll come across Highway 30 in the next 10 minutes or so, and this could be a tornado. There's nothing south of this to kind of eat its energy. These storms like this, sometimes they have storms south of them. It can kind of shut it down or take away some of its energy, but in this case, it does not. So that storm is going across the southern part of Lyon County, moving into the northern part of Coffee County. This storm has potential to produce a tornado, and it could stay down for a while. So that's a dangerous storm there near Hartford at this time. I'm trying to find more storm chasers that are down there in that area. Go ahead, Mitchell, what do you got?
So right now the velocity signatures for that storm in Hartford are around Hartford, and this is going to be passing over the Strawn Recreation Area, which is located just right here. That has the Neosho River within it as well. So downstream from that, we have Highway 75. So if you're near New Strawn, you'll also want to probably get sheltered in the next little bit. We also have downstream Waverly. That's a little bit north of where this rotation might be, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to head indoors if you're outdoors right now. I wouldn't recommend being outdoors in this environment, but some people do. I wouldn't recommend it. So right now, that's currently where I'm seeing the velocity signature. and it's going to pass by or just north of the lake, most likely, if not right at the lake's edge.
All right, thank you, Mitchell. All right, so we have this rotation also near Overbrook, right here. Linden should be taking shelter. Overbrook should be taking shelter. This potential tornado in Osage County, very close to Overbrook at this time. Take shelter. Linden, this could affect Linden as well. Quinamo, there's rotation that's getting close to Quinamo. We'll see if they continue this warning over into Douglas County and Franklin County. They probably will, but there's rotation there near Overbrook. There's rotation near Linden. There's also this rotation near Hartford and Neosho Rapids, and any one of these could produce a tornado at any time. These are all dangerous storms, and this is we had a wild day with a lot of tornado warnings, and we'll see how much damage we really have after this thing is over with. But there have been several situations where we had confirmed tornadoes touching down. We have a severe storm warning coming out of Shawnee County into Douglas and Douglas and Jefferson counties right now. So the southern part of Jefferson County to McLouth, you have hail the size of $50 and winds to 60 possible. Near Lawrence, you've got this severe wind coming in of 60 miles per hour and hail the size of $50 possible. Here's the tornado warning in Osage County that goes until 8:15. That is 13 more minutes. And we've seen rotation from Overbrook to Linden. There are a couple of areas of rotation in this thing. Having the Topeka radar take some damage. It's been hard to narrow down exactly where it is, but it's shown signs of rotation in a couple of different places, especially when it by Osage City. And a few moments ago, it was showing rotation very close to Overbrook. So if you're in those areas, including Melbourne and over toward Pomona Lake, I would really encourage you to take shelter and treat this like it's a confirmed tornado. It's a dangerous storm. Down to the south, we have what could be a tornado touching down at any point near Neosho Rapids and Hartford. We're seeing the inflow right there. The rotation of this, that's where the tornado would be. It's going to go across the Lyon County and Coffee County line here in the next 10 or 15 minutes. So we've got rotation there. That could produce a tornado at any point. Hartford, Neosho Rapids, you could see a tornado. That's a real possibility right now in your area. So please take shelter in that area right now as you are in a potentially dangerous spot as well. And trying to look for Eric Ives again, see what he's got going on. His feed is in a rural area, and it's hard to broadcast through extreme rain, of course. But hopefully he's all right where he is. But again, those are the two tornado warnings we have: Osage County and the Lyon County over into Coffee County at this point. Now, up the line, if you're in areas like Manhattan, you're done. No more storms tonight for you. If you're in Seneca, over to Washington, you are done. There's no more storms coming your way. This is it. This is the line. And so for Lyon County, Osage County, over to Jefferson, Douglas, southeast, along this line, east of this line, that's where the threat is. If you're north of this line of storms, your threat of seeing tornadoes this evening is done. And the National Weather Service has cropped a bunch of counties out of this watch. So Pottawatomie's out of it, Riley, Gary, Marshall, Washington, Clay County. You're all out of the watch now, and it continues until 9 p.m., just 55 minutes for the rest of us, and we'll see if they continue it for any of these areas. But right now, we have just a couple of areas that are in tornado warnings, and that includes folks that are around Linden to Overbrook, in the eastern part of Osage County to Pomona Lake. We're concerned about you too. And then this Hartford, Neosho Rapids, New Strawn area over here in the northern part of Coffee County. You are in that potential for a tornado as well. Mitchell, go ahead.
All right, so they are not continuing right now at least, that tornado warning into Franklin, but they are putting a severe thunderstorm warning into Franklin County. It kind of stops right at Ottawa right now, so I just thought I'd mention that. You kind of have two, I would say, would you say that's two areas of rotation or just one? You kind of have two areas of rotation. One that's really just along 268, Highway 268 at that, and then one that's north. That one is really around or just to the west of Centropolis, south of Overbrook, basically to the south of Highway 56. So if you live anywhere where this severe thunderstorm warning is right now, you definitely want to get indoors and be ready to get in that safe spot if these spin up at all, because we are seeing 2 areas of maybe rotation there right now. Jeremy?
All right, thank you, Mitchell. So we got Eric Ives again, who is, where is he at here? He is 7 miles north of Pomona Lake, it looks like. And what do we got here? So there he is. I can't make out what road that is he's crossing by. I'm trying to figure it out. But he's behind the storm now, thankfully. So whatever, he's not in danger anymore. So again, as Mitchell said, they're not going to continue that warning coming out of Osage County into Franklin. They're going to make it a severe storm warning now. And once they go downstream, calling it a severe storm warning, then that means what they currently see is, they're less confident at being a tornado right now if they're going downstream and issuing something like a severe storm warning. So here we are, just northeast of Linden, east of Linden. Here's our rotation showing up on radar. So when they make this expires in 8 minutes. So when they make a decision downstream to issue a severe storm warning for Douglas and Franklin counties here, if they're saying severe storm warning over here, that means they are not super convinced about tornado over here. So if you're in eastern Osage County, you are still in the tornado warning for a few more minutes, but that is that's a good sign if they're issuing severe storm warnings downstream, that they are less confident in that being an actual tornado ongoing at this time in Osage County. So that is a good sign. Farther south, they still have a tornado warning for this. That's near Neosho Rapids and Hartford at this time, and that's moving to the east at 45 miles per hour. I'm going to check the velocity on this and see if we get something coming in from the radar here. And as we back up in time, we'll see how old this image is. And it looks like it may be from 8:01. So that's about 7 minutes old. That radar, that velocity image is about 7 minutes old. So I'm going to change over and see if I can get it from the Wichita radar or the Kansas City radar and get something that's more updated. And just not really. So, that storm that's there around Hartford and Blue Rapids has rotation with it, no doubt. It's a tornado warning, and there's nothing south of it to interfere with it. So again, the radar data we're getting tonight is not great. Just to be straight with you here, a lot of times radar is awesome, and tonight it's just not. It's because the Topeka Weather Service radar has taken a hit from one of these storms early in the evening. But Neosho Rapids and Hartford, you should be taking shelter right now in these areas. You are in a dangerous area there. Is that a new warning?
Yeah, it is for that area just to the
second
south.
One? Take Mitchell. Take Mitchell.
So we do have a warning now just to the south of Overbrook. That area that I was talking about northward, south of Overbrook right here. You can see that they issued a warning. They said, the National Weather Service did say in our chat that they were monitoring that carefully, but areas downstream that may be impacted will be Centropolis, Willow Springs, Hayes. It's going to be down Highway 56, Baldwin City, and possibly Franklin as well, headed towards I-35 if it makes it that far. So let's do a little storm track real quick on this, and after that I'll toss it back to Jeremy. But let's do a storm track first before we do that. And as we track that out, Centropolis 822, you want to get in that safe spot. Exeline School around 827, get in that safe spot. Willow Springs 828, want to get in that safe place. Maybe get those bicycle helmets if you have kids. Hayes 835, get in that safe spot. Interiormost room away from walls and windows. And if you live near Bethel Christian Academy by 839, you will want to get in that safe spot as well. Jeremy, you ready to toss back to you?
Yeah, I'm good. So, all right, we have, as Mitchell was saying, we have a new tornado warning just issued there for Osage County over the southern part of Douglas and the northern part of Franklin. So that's the, we had the 2 different rotations we were tracking there. That's the north one that was showing up the Topeka radar, and the south one looks like it has weakened enough to be a severe storm. But we have the tornado warning now for the southern part of Douglas, northern Franklin, the eastern northeast part of Osage. So down south, we still have a tornado warning around Hartford, Neosho Rapids, New Strawn. So this does not include the town of Burlington. If you're in Burlington, you are not in this warning. However, we would just encourage you in Burlington to be mindful of this storm in case it does affect you. Now, as you watch this over the last couple minutes here, you're going to see something suspicious. Watch this radar jump in the last couple frames. Boom! That just goes. that's a sign of the trouble that's been tonight with the Weather Service radar from Topeka taking some sort of damage. That is not a realistic motion. So, which one's real? The first one looks like it's real, but this last frame there is a composite of radars where one of the radars is giving it trash for data. So, around Hartford, Neutron, still take shelter. We're going to give you the best information we can with this. But you see something like that, that's compromised data here. So this is not. I haven't seen something. I don't think I've ever seen something like this. We've been tracking storms here in the last 25 years. But we're just going to give you the best information we can here, and tell you where the warnings are. And in this situation, Neutron should be taking shelter. Lebo, you're just outside the warning. Waverly, you should be taking shelter. And the radar is doing some really wild things there that just show you that the Topeka Weather Service radar has taken some sort of hit, and it's going to give us some weird data today. We'll see what happens with it later, but as the event goes on, just do the best we can with what we have. But John Redmond's Reservoir, if you're around there, you should be taking shelter. Neutron, you should be taking shelter. Burlington, even with the funky data, that storm looks like it will stay north of you. But for Burlington, you should be watching this storm that's in the southern part of Chase County that could make it over to the Burlington area. So this storm near Olpe could get there as well. So for Burlington, just because this storm that's coming into Coffee County is not affecting you, doesn't mean the next ones down the line won't, and most likely you would see some impact from that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to bring up the single site from just Wichita and see if I can get an idea of what this really looks like, if that radar has actually just stayed on the whole time, if it can give me an idea of what this timeline really looks like there without something kind of falling, like jumping. Okay, so from the Wichita radar, that storm that's getting into Coffee County looks like it's weakening. So this storm that has a tornado warning with it might be weakening. So that's the Wichita version. I'm looking at the same storm now from the Kansas City radar and see if it looks the same. So it also looks like it is weakening. So this storm that's getting into Coffee County is not as impressive as it was a few minutes ago. That tornado warning goes to 8:45. So you're still in a tornado warning there. But again, that does not look as impressive from the Kansas City or the Wichita radar. They're different radars in far different locations. They're both seeing kind of the same thing, that the storm moving into Coffee County is probably weakening. So Neutron still takes shelter, but you can feel a little safer, I guess, that it looks like it is losing some of its intensity there on the radar. Now upstream here, the tornado warning that includes Osage City will expire in right now. There, it's gone. So this other tornado warning continues, and this is the one that was issued just a few minutes ago. This goes all the way to 9 p.m. and includes Franklin, Douglas, and Osage counties. Not the whole counties, just part of them. So for example, Lawrence is not in this tornado warning. You're in a severe storm warning. You have winds to 60 miles per hour, but the tornado potential for this is well to the south of Lawrence. It's near Centropolis, Willow Springs, Baldwin City. You are all in the path of a potential tornado. I'm going to check out the velocity on this and just stay with the Kansas City radar. And it is hard to make out what is. Okay, so Eric is asking, what is Jeremy saying about the storms? So if somebody yell at Eric down there and tell him that the threat is to his east now. Tell Eric that the tornado is near Centropolis, so he is safe where he is. So that's what Eric's trying to communicate with me, but he is safe where he is now. All right, so Overbrook, you're still in a tornado warning at this moment, but most likely the threat is east of you. So in Overbrook, you're still in a tornado warning, goes till 9, but the threat is easily to the east of Overbrook at this time. So Centropolis, Willow Springs, Baldwin City, you are all still in the risk here. That's going to be moving over into Johnson County eventually, and into the northern part of Miami County. So that's where this is located right now. And the velocity on that has been awfully hard to pick out, again, because Topeka radar has taken some sort of beating from one of the storms we had earlier in the event several hours ago. Mitchell, what do you have?
So I'm looking at this warning down south of I-35 still. Would you say that area is a little bit more north now, near Lebo, currently? That area of rotation within that warning?
That's where I would put it, very close to I-35, yes.
Yeah, so if you're on I-35 or have anybody that's traveling on I-35 right now, I would tell them to get in their safe spot, and that just updated, and they don't have a tornado.
They dropped the tornado warning.
They dropped the tornado warning. But anyways, even if it's severe thunderstorm warned, I would tell them to just get in a safe position and not be out on the roads, because it's quite a mess right now with all of the weather that we have going on throughout northeast Kansas. Jeremy?
All right, so they canceled the warning here, the tornado warning that's in Lyon County, or in Coffee County and the eastern part of Lyon County. Mitchell's mentioning that we see rotation up here near Lebo now. So the rotation that they were tracking for the tornado warning, that part of it looks like it's more of a straight line wind event. But we're also seeing more rotation popping up here. So the trend we saw a little while ago was we saw a tornado warning that was canceled early and a new tornado warning issued just northeast of it. This looks very similar, looks like a very similar situation. So it would not surprise us right now if we saw a tornado warning issued up here around Lebo going to east. That could happen here. So, this has been pretty fluid with tornadoes forming, and there hasn't been necessarily any one tornado that's gone for a long time. We've had what appears to be a bunch of them that have kind of popped up and gone away quickly. So we've had several tornadoes touch down here this evening, almost surely. But fortunately, it looks like anything we've had hasn't been down long. We'd had some damage around Dunlap from a tornado. We surely have some damage around Alta Vista, and we probably have damage around Osage City. We're going to wait to see what reports we get in. But again, this thing is Mitchell's just mentioning, they canceled this tornado warning early there in Coffee County and Lyon County, but the rotation there looks like it's still there, and there's even two areas of rotation there, just right there kind of southwest of Lebo, and another one just straight south of Lebo. Either one of those things are suspicious enough. On a day like this, we've had so many things that apparently have touched down that either one of those things could be a tornado. So right now, the Willow Springs and Centropolis areas, you should be taking shelter right now. That storm still has a tornado warning with it. And I'm going to try to back up a little bit here. And you can see the rotation in this. This is at 8:04. The rotation here is just straight south of Overbrook. So I'm going to take it forward in time, and you'll see that area of rotation still exists just west of Centropolis at 8:10. And then taking it up to the latest scan, it's right about here, just southwest of Willow Springs. So that's where the rotation is right now in this one, in the southwest part of Douglas County. So in Osage County, we should see them crop Osage County out of that warning shortly, and they'll certainly crop it up north a little bit as well. But the rotation on that is close to Willow Springs at this point, is where that one is at this point. So zooming back out, again, most of northeast Kansas is out of the severe weather threat. Most northeast Kansas is out of seeing any rain at all. But if you are along and ahead of this line of storms, the threat continues. And up the line, there's still tornado warnings in Iowa. There's even tornado warnings down in parts of Oklahoma. And we have quite a cluster of severe storms that are ongoing here in northeast Kansas. So, but areas to the west, like Manhattan, Concordia, certainly you're not going to see any more severe weather tonight. That is over with. Mitchell, you have anything?
No, not really.
Okay. All right. So right now we're looking at that line with the potential of a tornado in the southwest part of Douglas County. I'm going to check out the hail here, see if we have anything particularly large for hail. And early we had baseball-size hail in parts of Marion County, getting into Chase County. And the worst hail we have near now looks like it's probably the size of quarters. I don't see any of these that are producing massive hail at this time, fortunately. So while we do have some hail in the area, it doesn't look like it's bigger than quarters at this point. And overall, this trend for northeast Kansas seems to be calming down some. We don't have, earlier we had hail that was 2.5 inches diameter, close to Frankfort, Kansas. We had hail baseball size in Marion County. We had multiple tornadoes touch down at different times this evening, the afternoon and evening. And right now we have the one tornado warning left that looks like the rotation to me is in the southwest part of Douglas County, and that warning goes until 9. But I don't see that warning affecting Osage County anymore. I really think it is a Douglas County problem, maybe a Franklin County problem, but the rotation I see there is from Willow Springs to Centropolis. This is the most suspicious area right in here if there's a tornado with this. Overbrook, you are no longer in the threat of a tornado with this. You still have a tornado warning for Osage County going until 9 p.m. for the extreme eastern part of the county, but there is no way that there's a tornado in that part of the storm. There it is. So they just cropped it off. Okay, so good. The National Weather Service has cropped this off, and me saying that there's no way there's a threat over there is not some surprise. I'm not trying to say that, I'm not trying to say that I know more than the average weather nerd when I say that. That they see the same thing there that I do, is that threat is no longer over there, so they then crop it off. All right, so the warning now, the tornado warning goes until 9 o'clock, and that's for Douglas County, and it includes areas into the northern part of Franklin County. So as things have kind of calmed down here a little bit, let's check out some of the viewer pictures from this that we've had. So here's what we've got. This is on WIBW.com. If you go to the weather pics section on the weather page, you'll see some pretty wild pictures from today. And just jumped right past the one that I want to show there. Let's try it again here. So that one is near Topeka Boulevard.
What a storm.
What a storm. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so that is in Topeka, at Topeka Boulevard, and can I get more of them to show up here? It's not letting me flip through. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see, back to all. There we go, let's try that. All right, so I saw one there near Americus that looks pretty amazing. There we go. This is near Americus at 6:50. And that's surely one of our tornado warnings we had. Yep, there you go, near America, 6:50. And lots of them, dozens and dozens of these pictures here today. What is this one? So this was submitted by Tina today. Looks like some heavy rain in that shot. And we'll see if we have anything that's particularly wild here. We had the tornado earlier video from near Dunlap that Melissa found for us, we were showing. So that might be this one right here. Is this it? This is from Howard Taylor, and I'm not sure if that's a tornado touching down or not. And let's see. Let's go to the third page here and see what we've got. Again, dozens and dozens of these. That says funnel cloud. I think that might be the one that touched down. Let's see if that's it. No, that's a funnel cloud from Nancy, so I'm not sure the location on that. So lots of these great pictures that are coming in on WIBW.com from the severe storms today. All right, so I'm going to see what we have for our storm spotter reports and see if we have a list of these. So right now, again, the tornado warning continues for the southern part of Douglas County, the northern part of Franklin County until 9 p.m. And other than that, we don't have anything high end right now in the WIBW viewing region. Well, let's check out storm spotter reports here. And if I don't see anything too wild the next 5 minutes, we'll go back to local programming here. So there we go, a couple of reports. There we have that's a funnel cloud report near Ogden, is what that is right there. And so that was one of the first things we had. That was at 5:19 p.m. And so we had a funnel cloud reported there. And if we do have damage, the Weather Service will be out out doing a survey to see what's torn up and estimating how strong storms were if we had tornadoes touch down. We had a report of tornado damage near Dunlap at 6:26 p.m. So that is that report right there. We had a report of a tornado right here. That's going to be south of Allen. And the time on that is going to be, let's see, at 7:06. The tornado touching down there in Lyon County. And off to the east, I don't have any confirmed reports yet from this. So we're looking at the southern part of Douglas County, the northern part of Franklin County with tornado warning right now. Baldwin City should be taking shelter right now. Willow Springs should be taking shelter right now. How about hail with these? We have winds to 70 miles per hour actually in Lawrence. So 70-mile-per-hour winds going through Lawrence right now. I'm going to check the velocity on that, see how wild it is. Tonganoxie affected by that. Oskaloosa looks like it's past you. McLouth could be dealing with winds of 70 miles per hour now. Then that's going to move into the Olathe area shortly as well. And then down the line, we've got a storm with nickel-size hail and tornado warning there in Douglas Franklin. Still some spin near Lebo. Severe storm warning in the southeast part of Lyon County with winds to 70 miles per hour possible. So that's what they're looking at is kind of outflow dominant storms that are winds of 60 to 70 miles per hour in the southeast corner of Lyon County and then down into Coffee County. So this storm near New Strawn and Lebo has winds of 70 miles per hour, so they're saying with that. And it looks like this line from the southeast part of Lyon County up through New Strawn and Waverly, they're saying 70 mile per hour winds along all of that, and that's just about to move over into the Kansas City metro. It is calming down greatly for northeast Kansas right now in the WIBW viewing region. Let's see if I have a video from KDOT in Lawrence of the winds there, as it looks impressive. Oh my. Yeah, here we go. This is from KDOT in Lawrence at 10th and Castle. So this is extreme rain there, and I can't tell how strong the winds are, but everything, it just looks like a swimming pool there. There's just so much rain. This is K10 east of Clinton Parkway. That's just a few miles away. It's hardly raining at that location, but at 10th and Castle, extreme rain. That's K10 at Wakarusa. And this is K10 east of Michigan Street, looking southwest. So extreme rain, and looks like some wind in Lawrence. I'm not sure if it's damaging wind. It doesn't look like 70 miles per hour from what I can see there from that. But the southern part of Douglas County still has a tornado warning going until 9 p.m. All right, guys. At this point, the tornado warning in southern Douglas County is not confirmed, is not on the ground. And everything else I see here on the radar is diminishing. So we've been broadcasting live for 4 or 5 hours. I'm not sure how long it's been now with this. So we're going to go ahead and end the coverage here of the from WIBW 13.1 and go back to regular programming. And we'll have Night Beat at 8:30 on WIBW.com. And then we hope to see you on 13 News at 10. If any of these things flare up and have more tornado warnings, we'll break in. But thanks for staying with us on WIBW channels. We'll keep you safe and informed.